Yeah, that's it.
Hello, Internet. You did bring cookies
I
before.
brought cookies.
Oh, no.
I didn't forget them. I just didn't eat them yet.
Well,
Indeed.
Did you have them over there? I forgot them over there.
Hello, Internet.
Well, guys,
Hi,
we are
Internet.
so late that it's too late for you to forget cookies.
That's all those things are true.
All those things are words.
So hello, Internet. Sorry for the delay. One, no Pat, because he's like dying or something.
Bless up.
I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna be less funny if he actually dies.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not cool.
He maybe is allergic to olives or has appendicitis or is eating old vegetables. So, yeah,
Or lying.
E. coli or
Or
lying.
Or lying. I don't think it's lying, but it might be lying.
Pat, don't lie to the internet or us, but mostly the internet.
I mean, see, quintessential boy who cried wolf. Because for Evil Game, he told everybody something different as for reasons why he couldn't come to play. And then it was a haha joke because it was Evil Game.
Yeah, haha, evil.
So...
Oh, I'm just getting that now.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's why he said that. Something.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Like I didn't know he had a reason.
Yeah.
I just thought he was just like doing a thing he wanted to do.
Yeah, because he was being haha evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
That's why we started doing the haha evil joke with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I pay attention to not that.
This is what you want in your players,
Evil.
folks. Ones that are just totally oblivious and
Well,
Don't
bad
pay
things.
don't pay attention to things happening at the table.
Bad things.
Anyway. So, we don't know what's up with Pat. Hopefully he's okay. So he won't be here tonight. So that's that. Couple of announcements real quick. Friday evening, I believe it's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be involved in the first of 2 qualifying rounds for the Dungeons & Dragons World Series. I will be involved in that on Team Venture Maidens, so you guys can come out to check out twitch.tv/exploding dice. I will be on that channel playing for Team Venture Maidens. So that is this Friday and next Friday.
I don't have enough space.
Evil campaign coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Last
Campaign!
Get into
Tuesday
some
of the
real
month.
fighting.
Is Evil
Probably.
campaign.
I can take out Pat in one hit again.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, you certainly did that first time.
Yeah.
And that was easy for you. Yeah. You rolled. You hit. He went unconscious.
That's pretty much the gist of it.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
We all had a
conversation
good
me and
time.
Ted have with our dice.
Yeah.
Except it's the other way around.
Yeah.
He rolls. He hits. I go unconscious.
Yeah.
We had that too.
Yeah, it's
Internet.
true. So, thank you again for everybody that seems to be in the chat. If you're actually there, welcome.
We love you.
We
do.
are. We're gonna pick up with episode 2 here in a second. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background and a couple other things that have been happening. So, one, I started to develop the section on the website. It is pretty much together. I'm just compiling now. All everybody's characters are level 2, so all the character sheets need to be updated.
Yes.
So, gotta do that to put those on the website. But it is pretty much developed. There is a link to. I think I put it in here. I believe. Let me see if I did or not. This work? Yes. Okay. The sorry, the homebrew link does work. So if you guys are curious what homebrew rules we're using for this campaign, they are listed on the link that I just posted in the chat.
Nice.
So that will go over things like character creation as well as wonky skill rules.
Does it have our homebrew class options?
It has kind of. I think so. I don't know if it does.
Probably not.
If it doesn't really matter at this point because they don't exist.
Nobody's been there yet. Yeah.
Nobody's level 3 yet. So, but I have to make a thing for Celine's homebrew racial variant.
Nice.
But everything else is pretty much in there. All the rules that we're implementing from Xanathar's, some death and dying rules, all that good stuff. Which we decided was 3 strikes and you're out, and each time you die and come back, it increases your saving throw DC by 1, so 11, and then 12, and then dead. And because Jake wanted it, there's a potential that the caster bringing you back might destroy your soul in the casting.
Oh.
I don't remember wanting that. I might have though.
Yeah,
I'm fickle.
You said that because Sean was like, "No," and you're like, "I think that would be fun." I think that was the conversation.
Yeah, it's all
I
right.
think you had the idea.
No, I had brought up the whole whether or not at each time you die you need more powerful magic
Oh
to bring
yeah,
you back.
and we decided against
And
that.
we decided against that. And I was like, okay. And I said, like, what about the whole make a check to see if you come back right and if your soul gets destroyed? And Sean was like, no, I'm good. And you're like, that sounds like fun. This was also during Tomb of Annihilation, so death was like a wonky feeling around the group.
That's true. We were.
Having died before, I was like, no, let's not do that.
That's fair.
And having been, still Carrick at that point, you were like, nah, we're good. I'm gonna live forever and not go to the Underdark. I feel like you said that.
I think
Sounds
I
like
said both of
something
those
you
things.
Sounds like a thing you
That's
said.
how all conversations ever happen.
I think we had a conversation about which was worse, Chult or the Underdark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Carrick knows for real.
Yeah. Real quick. So for evil game, how many of the can basically
Find your words.
are we using the 1.5 strength mod for two-handed weapons?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I forgot and didn't put it on my character.
You gotta remember that for this game, too.
Yeah.
Because you have that for when you use the greatest sword.
Yep. The
Did you
quickest.
get to swing it all?
Yeah, I killed that one goblin.
That's right. The helpless one at the end.
You know what? I don't feel bad about
Oh,
that.
I love it.
I don't feel bad about that at all.
I don't feel bad about it either.
Good.
I don't feel bad about it.
How does
I
Oz
feel a little
feel?
bad about it.
Oz isn't great about it
Alright,
because
well,
he was a nice dude.
It was. He helped
he
us
was
out.
not
he
a
didn't want any
nice
part of it.
dude.
Yes, he was.
The thing about him is that he would have preyed on people who were weaker than him. And if we showed weakness for a second, he'd have attacked us.
Yeah, but we're not.
Yeah, would he have attacked us?
Yes, I think so.
But he would have died.
I don't think
That's
he would.
also Rick's opinion. So,
We'll never know now.
No.
I mean, it's not important enough where it's gonna be a
Yeah.
thing.
yeah, he was a goblin.
Yeah.
50
At the end of the day.
experience. End of the day.
End of the day, it's 50 experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Alright.
the only thing we haven't decided on officially is which experience rules we're going to use for this game. Whether we use the 3-pillar experience from Unearthed Arcana, which I still have to read up on. So last time it didn't matter. It was enough to get everybody to level 2 as far as milestone and actual and the other. All 3 experiences would put everybody at level 2.
Right.
So I'm okay with that. I will we'll determine that probably at the end of this game where we're going to go as far as if it's milestone or otherwise. We'll see. Throw my pen. I don't need it.
Fuck it.
So, alright, to go over what happened last time, sorry for the little bit of a rambling intro here. To go over what happened last time, our party started unconscious and were resurrected, brought back to life by a dwarven cleric, a knowledge domain, bookish type cleric named Samuel McRand, and he said, I need you guys, quick, come with me, let's get you off the field. They had all been blasted by lightning from the ongoing war that the dwarves have with many amphibious and fish-like subterranean creatures, but primarily with the Kuatoa is the main enemy force.
They're big jerks.
They are big jerks. And he basically took them through a long series through cracks in the wall, eventually to his little corner of the dwarven, I guess it's not the Underdark, but the dwarven mine under the Wyvern Peaks. And he said, look what I found. He pulled out this old tome that had all these old field reports and old Deathic runes. And it basically detailed this this heat pump from this air that was last seen in this area of Deep Forge.
Oh yeah.
About 10 miles away through the mountain underground. And this heat pump was the thing that would allow the defunct forge near the dwarven main city to activate their adamantine forge, because the adamantine mines have sat dormant, as has this forge, because the pump required to generate enough heat to get it to go was lost.
It's an upgrade.
He said, I think I found it, but nobody believes me because this was like 2,000 years or 1,000 years in the past. Nobody believes that. Nobody really knows. It's kind of become a legend, really, at this point. So adamantine products are almost non-existent or exceptionally rare.
Right.
But the reason why it's wanted is because the Kuatoa have been using aboleth secretions to coat their weapons, and that has been causing the dwarves to fall unconscious to suffocate, essentially, as they need to be completely submerged in water when you're inflicted with this. Especially if they're doing this en masse. Every Kuatoa weapon has this. You can't heal everybody.
Right.
And when they die from this, because it's a particular nasty brand of aboleth, they're then raised as some pretty gross... Do I have the book nearby?
Which one?
Tome of Beasts. No.
Excuse me.
Somewhere else. I think it's upstairs. It's fine. But I was going to show you the pretty nasty looking fish zombie that the people turn into.
Yeah.
It's a pretty gross thing. It's an irreversible transformation. So, thought the reason he wanted this so bad... Oh, fuck. It's right here. Oops. I knew that,
there you go.
guys. Internet.
That's a big book.
Ted, that was a good joke.
He was
got us.
well prepped.
Where is it? It is.
Switched. Yeah, it just has to go to the right.
Those guys.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Four-eyed
That's
fish.
for you,
Gross. Creeps.
So that's what they turn into, is dwarven versions of that. So, anyway, the adamantine armor is supposed to protect against these secretions, as would the weapons not be pitted or destroyed by any of this stuff. So, this could be a turning point in the war for the dwarves. It's been fought for the past 150 years, and these guys, little party as they were the ones who retrieved the heat pump. There was some negotiations with some goblins and some actual negotiations with some bugbears. The birth of Pumpstopheles.
Yep, that's right.
The pump god.
The pump god.
The dwarven pump god
The dwar-
specifically.
Yeah,
Dwarven
not the
pump
bugbear.
Not the
Right.
bugbear pump god. Different
Different
pump god.
There was they fixed a minecart and took a minecart ride.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Had some cool
It's a
stuff.
roller coaster.
That was some pretty cool little things going on there.
Yeah.
And eventually made their way back to Samnal with the heat pump. And that's pretty much where we ended last time.
Yes.
The party leveled up all to level 2. Again, I have Pat's character sheet here in whatever this is. So I will be... Oh, God. Never mind. I will... It's just like a scent. As I waved it, it just wafted. I just got
Ooh.
blasted.
With some pat.
With some pat.
Some prestidigitation.
Yeah.
nice.
If
So,
only.
If
Yeah.
only.
so I will be running Pat's character tonight.
Wave.
Ha!
Wave gouger.
So I gotta make sure he's
Tide
fully.
Pod.
Tide
Look-
pod.
That's a name.
Claire is very upset that he didn't
Can't
choose to
believe-
make his character Tide Pod.
I feel like he would have ended up getting eaten.
It's
Great
never-
story arc.
It's
Right?
true.
Great
Yeah.
character
Like some
story.
dragons looking at him, he's like, I probably shouldn't, but
He just looks so tempting.
they say water genazis. It's the thing going right now.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, no, not for nothing. I'm not gonna fault him. These are actually pretty solid notes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He takes good notes.
He starts serious.
Yeah.
My favorite part of last game, I think, was after you described all of his companions and then said they all died.
Died.
His
His
slow
slow
X
death.
out
I was like,
of
oh.
everything he just wrote. It was
Yep,
beautiful.
just like, oops.
Just like, good to know.
I'm glad I had that. Now it's useless.
Right. So, anyway, we pick up. You guys had just taken a long rest.
Mhm.
Yep.
You had recovered all of your hit points and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. Because we are playing, if you saw the homebrew link before, with the medium and heavy armor causes you to only, you can't get rid of exhaustion, you only get a quarter of your hit points, or your
Right.
hit dice back.
Right.
We'll just say that Wave took off his armor. His slightly pitted, ooze destroyed chainmail.
That's fair. Maybe he cleaned it.
He could, he did.
With his water pouch.
With his water-bending pouch, although it didn't fix it.
Wow, I mean, but it's clean
It's
now.
clean now.
So that's something.
You guys have rested. Samnal is there. You're kind of in his little, like, scriptorium, if you will. What would you guys like to do? Because he's gonna, actually, he'll look at you and be like, so I can't carry this. He points at the heat pump.
Where do you need it?
He goes, we need to go bring it to the queen and the council.
Oh, great. That's fun. You guys want to go?
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. That was kind of unexpected. But yeah, definitely. That sounds great. I've never met a queen before.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll like
Calm
totally
down.
ride that wave.
Ah, waves here.
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And he'll. I guess you guys were gone for a while, right? You left. It was 10 miles there and back, so it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
All day, at least.
Pretty much all day. So he will turn to Wave Samuel, and he'll say, "I am sorry to hear about all of your allies. They obviously didn't make it, and as per our wartime custom, basically the area was blanketed with oil and lit aflame so that none of the bodies could be resurrected as zombies. However,
Smart.
it turns out that your one ally, your tiefling ally, the body more or less survived the fire because of natural fire resistance. So, and he's like points over in the corner, like on like a stretcher. There is like a bandaged up humanoid shape that you can still see has like the horns and like the head of a glaive is like next to her because the. Are you okay?
Shocking grasp.
That only works for Jake.
That's my special plot armor.
It's true. It is.
It's my first episode plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake gets that. But so he points and says, I used to, and he'll like point over at like 4 other like canopic jars for the remains of the ashes of his other 4 allies. And it'll be like, so I mean, it's not obviously we can't. It's the best we got. I'm sorry to see it happen, but here they are. He'll have the 4 of them like let's say they're in like some sort of easily carryable container, like the jars, and then the body. And
All
then
strung together on a necklace. 4 little jars.
Sure, why not?
Sure. I was thinking like Russian nesting dolls.
Oh, that's kind of mean.
Like it.
Who's the outside, though?
And he's just like, bummer.
It's gonna be Wave when he does.
That's like,
Oh,
So
God.
it's a complete set.
it's like really rough, man. Like I'm just like I was with them for so long, and now they're gone. I just need like, this is. Sometimes the tides come in, sometimes they go out and kill your friends. I don't know.
Yeah, Wave. That's a good way to look at it.
I mean, maybe. I can't swim.
Because, bummer.
Alright.
You like this like a tick, you don't know what it is. He just does that.
sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
Alright.
He's like, whoa, no.
Some pinky wiggle.
No, not like, no.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
None of
Stop.
that.
Like a rev up
Hello?
for like a
Like a burning hand?
yeah, like
No. Don't. Not in here.
This is so dumb.
Oh no, wait.
But he's like,
hands from
it's a lot of build-up. It's like a Spirit Guardians level build-up.
Yeah. Burning hands. Stop that. We're in
So
the
anyway.
library.
Yeah, that's also true. And he's like, well,
Very good
I
point.
appreciate it. And he's like, well, I at least need to bring them and her body out to go, bury it in the town where we're from, because I feel like everybody was there, and well, we're all sort of from different areas and different backgrounds. It sort of became home, so I feel like it makes the most sense.
That's a really long sentence for Wave.
Yeah.
That's nice, man.
Bruh.
There we go. There. Found it. Found him.
He's got a 12 intelligence.
He can string
He
together
rarely
a full
shows
sentence.
Alright. So.
Sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut and have people think you're an idiot than, like, open it and prove it.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, it was good fighting with you, Wave.
Yeah, no, like, I mean...
You're coming with us, right?
Yeah, it's on the way.
Oh! I misunderstood.
Yeah, he's just saying, like, he'd like to do that.
That's a thing I want
It's not like we're gonna walk awkwardly together and, like, not be a party.
I don't really know where things are from here.
Oh yeah. That's
So
right.
I didn't know if we were going different directions.
No.
That's really just like one good way out
Just, all right.
around here.
Is there okay, cool. Let's do that then.
All right.
So,
I'm stretching this in.
Samuel sort of leads the charge as you carry the heat pump. Wave carries his ally with him.
You want a hand?
Yeah, do you need help with that?
I can get under it.
I'll go the other side.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so you
Get
guys
the
work
base.
together
I feel like it's harder and more awkward to carry it
a
with
little
them.
bit, but, you know, they're helping.
You guys don't know that. That is at a game.
I,
Okay, all right. You put your hand down and looked sad. Anyway.
oh, because I didn't want to.
Oh, you want to keep
That
doing
was
it.
Sean.
That was just Sean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Wave is basically, like, carrying his tiefling ally. And he's stuck in his pack. Like
What is
the-
Samuel carrying?
Himself.
Oh, what a lazy
With his hands
Jew.
behind his back.
Really?
Nah, he's got his hands in front of
All
him.
right. Well,
Like
that's,
this. in
that's
front of him,
better.
On his belly.
All right.
Guys,
Then that's okay.
so guys, I really don't think this whole Grimm's whole sending their new guards into a war zone was a great idea. Like that sounds like a terrible idea
Why?
because they all died. They spent a year feeding and training them, and now one of them is alive.
Well, I mean, then you get the cream of the crop.
There's no cream though. You just basically smashed the
No,
bottle.
No, he's the cream of the crop.
He's the cream of the crop. The rest of them are all just
Wait.
crap.
And maybe that tiefling.
But wouldn't you rather have 5 okay guards than 4 dead guards and 1 who's good?
Not really.
Oh, all right. I mean,
I mean, if one guard gets good enough, he can attack as many times
not
or
about the
more
size of your guard.
than 4 other guards.
I
It's
get.
about the quality of your guard.
He's like, it's true, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
All right. I guess. Cool. All right. Let's keep going.
All right, this is our walking animation.
Alright, so you guys, you walk for, it's a little, I mean, you guys stop a little bit like a ways and you guys walk for about 2 hours. Because he's taking you the back way, so
Sure.
you're avoiding,
Any
because
conflicts?
there's the way you can go that's the fastest way, but it'll take you sort of through the battle lines.
Right.
And that's good if you're trying to get there quick and you're up for possibly getting into
a
scrap.
scuffle, yeah. We're
Or,
not-
you know, picking up, you might be able to help people on the way, but this is the safest route, albeit a little back. And again, it's relatively tight hallways, because, again, when you're out into the open under the various levels, it's mass, sprawling, kind of open areas where there can be open warfare and war machines and things. This is sort of cracks between 2 pieces of stone that's a little bit wider than you guys are.
Right.
Enough that you can carry this heat pump through and it works, out without
being-
too much difficulty.
Okay.
So you guys travel for about 2 hours. You stop, take a little break, rest your shoulders.
Holding my arms up like that is tiring.
I'm not even sure you're doing anything.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like much.
Counterbalancing, if nothing else.
What?
It's the effort thing.
A for effort.
He's trying.
No.
If it's easier for me not to do anything, I won't do anything.
I mean, it's just. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry if that sounded like passive aggressive and whiny. I meant it literally.
Oh no!
If I'm
it's
not
just-
helping, then I won't help.
Yeah, it's just you're not specifically not. You're not making it more difficult. Just not easier either.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to keep doing it so you feel like you're doing something.
No,
No,
I don't
that's
need
it.
that kind of.
I'll just carry it.
Okay, cool.
I'll just carry
Rick,
it. That's fine.
I'll make sure you don't trip on rocks you can't see because the big thing's in front of you.
Alright, yeah, that's good. I appreciate that.
Maybe that's a good use of my eyes.
Yeah, you're right
Yeah.
about that.
Got
Can
2 of them.
You need a torch though, because it's dark.
Yeah. Oh,
You
thanks.
are a torch.
Thank you.
So, you guys continue on
Like,
for about
croissant,
another.
goes off. Like, croissant, goes
Can you see in the dark?
Pat, either Wave can't, rather. Wave can't. He can detect magic at will, but he can't see in the dark.
Okay, well, it's fair. Fair trade.
I guess.
Yeah, it's a pretty reasonable adjustment. So you guys travel for about another 2 hours before you emerge out of the side of this cliff face, and you kind of start to see you're further back. You can still hear the distant sounds of war, combat, metal on metal screams. There's occasional crackles of lightning and sounds of some sort of other magic explosions and things. But you can see off in the distance where Carrick Fairn is not too far away, but you're kind of on a very high vantage point looking down, and you see eventually starts making his way basically up a series of steps. So now not only are you carrying this thing for about 4 hours, you're carrying it down. It's been a gradual incline on the way up,
Right.
which hasn't been too bad. But now it's like there's a staircase you have to go up. So
there's a staircase coming up. Watch out, Rick.
Oh, thank you.
Here, no problem.
How big is this pump?
Do you need help now?
let me find the
Stairs.
I mean, I can carry quite a bit of weight.
Let me find you the exact.
Like I'm
Almost like I'm
Well-
large size.
I'm not weak.
If you
What's your
need
strength?
someone to
I'm
help
11.
guide you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
Okay.
normal.
Yeah. Well, he's helping me, guy. He's
here,
helping me.
grab that
like-
sheet that's right there.
This one?
Yep. So there's the heat pump.
Oh, okay.
It was big enough that the bugbear could stand on the
Yeah,
pistons
okay.
and dance, so it's
Right.
pretty big.
Yeah.
It's like you're basically like atlasing
Oh, okay.
this.
Yeah.
Or
No, it's
I
better
guess,
just
or sort of,
You know,
the other way.
That both ways seem bad.
There's no good way to carry it.
Okay.
It's unwieldy, to say the least. At least you were able to lock the pistons, so you're not like walking and it's like, so you're getting on, off kilter each step you take.
Right. Yeah.
So
Carry it on my back.
you basically, as you ascend these steps, you make it to a landing at the top of the steps, at which point you see several dwarven guards in plate mail. It is kind of a like a coppery enameled plate mail. There's a lot of fire kind of iconography
Okay.
the way the things are there, and they are all there with spears and big tower shields.
Okay.
And they
Nice.
kind of
That's
see
nice.
you guys approaching,
Yes.
which is a little bit odd, and you can see beyond them is a large stone circular dais with maps
Okay.
strewn out, and like they're stuck in with
Sure. Flags.
various daggers. And there is, you can see, having a heated discussion, are 5 individuals. There is, they're all dwarves, obviously. I feel like I don't need to say that, but
It's
I
good
will.
to. Good too.
There is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 men and 2 women.
Okay.
One you obviously know to be Queen Andi, Fireforge.
That's
She
right.
is. When you first met her, she was basically, if you can think of like a dwarven Merida from Brave,
Okay.
with the long,
Nice.
kind
Sure.
of wavy, flowing red locks.
Do female dwarves have beards?
No, they do
Okay.
not. But she now basically has got a very tight, like shaved fade, because this is wartime and hair is unwieldy and that just gets in the way.
Reasonable.
Except for beards.
Except for beards. Well, those are usually well
Yeah.
maintained.
Exhibit A.
Yes.
Exhibit B. But for Rick,
Oh, got it.
because he has a beard.
Oh.
Is it? What kind?
So the
Black and full.
dwarves cross their spears in front, and then Samnal stops, and he kind of was like peeking over the spears, and he's like, "Oh, hello, I'm back. It's me. It's Samnal. I've remember we talked about the thing. Then you said to like get out of here. You're just such a book nerd, but like I'm back."
He is.
And like, it's real though. And he's like pointing.
I
like,
put it down.
Nope. That nobody's paying attention to anything that he's saying, and the impact of some metal scraping the stone like shakes them up from their discussion, and they look over, and they kind of like, you see that she is sort of like squinting, like taking in this scene. And remember, this is Samnal, the book nerd. There's a blue guy, a halfling, and a tiefling, and a blue guy carrying seemingly a body
Right.
all the way up.
he did. We would too.
he absolutely would. So she just kind of like waves off her counselors and starts moving towards, and then like the guards are still kind of standing there in a protective stance. She's like, "Oh, just get out of the way." And they move and they open up so that you guys can come through. And then like she's looking clearly at you with this thing, and then Samuel like gets like in front of her, and he's like, well, Your Majesty, I told you that I'd find it. The heat pump, it's here. We're going to be able to make it. And she's like, yeah, whatever. And she's like, and she comes over to you, and she's like, Rick to Brick, I didn't think I'd ever see you out here and about on the front lines again. This is a true honor. And she's all very excited because she's been around. She's been in war and a queen for pretty much the entirety of your life.
Right.
So she's like, obviously, eyes lit up as someone who's heard of your esteem and has sent you on missions herself over the past 150 years. And is just very excited to see you back at it.
Yep. My queen. Go on a knee, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I'll take a knee too.
Yeah. Because, that's what you do.
Yeah, this is a queen.
Yeah.
And I'm following Uncle the Brick's lead.
Wave does
not.
No, he doesn't do it.
He's standing there
with the body.
Yeah, I'm just-
Oh, I also like take my hood down.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And she looks and the fact that you could tell whether or not this annoys you further that there was some sort of just the look and then a look of slightly being crestfallen at having this conversation, that this look that you've seen all too many times.
We were friends.
That someone you were friends at one point and now it's just
yeah.
And she kind of says, right. And she looks at the heat pump and then she turns back to Samuel, who looks like a little pouty. And she's like, so what the fuck is this? And he's like, I told you that I would find the heat pump and we would be able to forge adamantine again and it's going to be great. And she's like, so does it work? And he's like, and she goes, you came all the way up here to interrupt me in the middle of a council to show me that you have this heat pump and you didn't even know, you don't know if it works. And he's like, well, my queen, we need to go and we need to test it. We need to hook it up to the forges, and I just figured I'd let you know that it's real. I found it. I mean, well, they found it, but I hired them to find it.
Mini wave.
And she's just and storms off back to her council, and she kind of invites you guys over to come stand with the council as she has this discussion, relying on her, they are her council for a reason, for advice, and maybe they'll have a better idea. So she will go around and introduce you guys all to who's there, and she is obviously Queen Andi Fireforge. She'll introduce you to Chalzad Ovar Oakenbrow. He is he's basically a knight beholden to the queen, personal honor guard and good friend.
All right.
What was his name again?
Oakenshield.
Yeah, Chalzad Ovar Oakenbrow.
Oakenbrow.
That's Thorin Oakenshield.
Right, that's right.
Bibliosoph Theodora Worden. She's the scribe, and the one who, this is the one who records all the arguments that all the dwarves get into during the course of any of these, any diplomatic meetings. Killen Stonecunner. He is head of basically anything dealing with supplies, trade, armaments, as far as actual resources and materials for the army. And then Fortran Battlebraid, he's the strategist and kind of the overall wartime general, the highest general under her. So, and she'll look to the three of you, because she knows Samnal, obviously. There's a look of this guy again, on her face. And she knows Rick, although in a different life. But she looks to the three of you, and you are, to the three of you.
Your Majesty, I am Osborne Greenbottle, son of famed adventurer Roscoe Greenbottle. Might not have heard him down here. Based on Rick's
I'll make
face.
a mental note to tell him later that is not a good way to introduce himself from now on.
That's fair, but that's later.
That's later.
Fair.
Ember.
All right. And then she
Ember.
looks to. He's like, I am Wave Gouger, and he is almost drops. Then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Whoa, sorry. No, I'm I'm from outside. Just like Bricken's hopes, like outside. I'm here. You might have like. There's a thing we were coming to like test out.
Wave.
And he's like, this is my friend. She's dead. And she's just like, and she looks at Samuel and goes, "Oh, so these are the only ones you can find to go do your crazy things?" And he's just like, and he's like he's very flustered. He's very red in the face because she's not saying anything that's not true, but just undercutting any credibility that he has consistently.
Well, Samna actually saved our lives, and that is why we repaid his kindness by doing him this solid.
And she like people's eyebrow like this guy like to him, and he's just like he like puffs himself up a little bit, feeling pretty good about himself.
It's true, Your Majesty.
And then she's like, "All right," and she looks to her council and she goes, "So, gentlemen, what do you think? They say they got the heat pump that's going to refire our adamantine forges. They don't know if it works. What do you think?" And like you can see that the scribe is just like changes to a new page and gets ready.
Oh god, here we go.
So they start talking over each other immediately, and then she's like, "Boys, one at a time." So they all slow down, and basically they'll go around, and they as they talk back and forth, coming up with different ideas, they've decided that there are two courses of action. One, someone needs to take this heat pump to the forge, install it, fire it up, and see if it works. And then basically make something from adamantine.
Yeah, gotta make sure it's not a bugbear pump.
And she's like,
"Oh no, I whisper that to these guys."
All right.
I elbow him. Stop it.
Praise be Pumpstopheles.
Indeed. So he, and then she said, and the other course of action they said is to secure the adamantine mines, because the forge and the mines are in separate places, but they've both been just abandoned. No one knows what's down there. They're just kind of closed off because no one goes down there. So basically, someone needs to take the pump to the forge and install it, and someone needs to go secure the mine and get adamantine to put in the forge. So she looks, and
Do we
again,
have anybody who does that anymore?
who forges
Adamantine, actual things out of it.
I mean, no one's done it. And I mean, like, Andi will say, "Well, I'm pretty sure I could do it." And like all the council's like, "No, well, you're the queen." And she's like, but I could." And they're like, "No, you're the queen. You must stay and be." And she's just like, and you can see, and you know this having known her for a while, she didn't ever want to. And this is the story, so everybody knows this. She didn't want to be queen. She led a charge when the previous king and royal family fell, and was elevated as like a wartime queen. But she's more of a person of action, and now she's stuck in a diplomat's role and doesn't want to do here. And as the story goes, her forging was pretty legendary when she was allowed to do that.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So she looks to all of you and says, "I mean, I don't want to assume here, but I mean, if this does turn out to work, this would be a service the likes of which we haven't seen in a while, and it could be the turning tide in the war." And I'm not, and I mean, she ruffles Samuel's hair, which is like way not like a thing you do, especially as a queen. And he's like very flustered, but he can't say anything.
No.
And she's just like, "I give him a lot of shit, but if it turns out that this is right, this could be it." So, if something is forged from this, and we get one successful piece, even if it's just something like a gauntlet, or prove that it's possible, then I owe all of you a great service. So, if we can prove that happens, then I will reward you as much as I can, given the scenario that we're in, where it's war. I only have so much. So, I don't know if you've put in thought to think about what that might be. I mean, I'm just telling you this now, but if you know, we'll make preparations. If not, we can deal with it later. But think about it. and let's see if this works. What I can do is I can take a detachment and like you see, what the hell is his name? Whose name I just wrote down? Yeah, Fortune Battle Braid's like, she's just like, shut it. I can spare a detachment to do one of these two. Which one? Because we're short on people, I can't take that many people away from this.
Right.
So, and again, not for nothing. I know you. I don't really know you guys. I don't want to say it this way, but the war is. We need everything we can get, but we can't spare resources. So if you can do one of these for us, that'd be great, and we'll have somebody else take care of the other. I'll leave it up to you guys if you need time to decide on what you want to do. Again, they're in slightly different areas, so take some time, figure out what you want to do, and I mean, we'll be right over here. I just go back to the table and back to the wartime council. You guys are left to yourself. And Samuel's like, and he's still like,
bud?
He's combing his hair that's been ruffled, and he's just like, well, honestly, just went better than I thought. I mean,
I got your back, bud.
Yes. He goes,
You
so,
did. Good job.
no. But, you know, that would, depending on what you choose to do, if you do go and secure the forge, I'll be able to make sure with the schematics that I have that it is hooked up correctly. So either way, I'll be involved in some aspect, but I want to make sure that the route on the way there is safe.
Right.
So, and then Wave's like, haha, so what are we doing?
Okay, does anyone know how to smith anything?
Yeah, I can smith.
You can smith?
I've never worked with adamantine though. Steel. You know.
I feel like it's a
I
similar
made the
process?
greatest. So no, it's totally different.
Oh, okay.
That's why adamantine's such a. It's a big pain to work with.
Oh, okay.
It's so extraordinarily hard.
All right. Well, okay. So I mean, you would be the one who would have to do the heat pump and do the forging because none of us. Do you know?
I mean, I'm sure if Andi sent a detachment, somebody there would know how to smith. But actually, forging. I mean, I've never. I could set up the pump with the schematics or whatever. You know.
Schematics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What I was saying was like if we go and set up the pump,
Right.
That means
We
that
don't have to mine the adamantine. Yeah.
No, that's not what I was saying at all.
Oh.
What I was saying is, if we go do this, you're the only one who has any kind of like smithing skills at all. So you would be the one who would, you know, put it up with the schematics, and unless Queen Andi, can I call her there?
No.
Oh, what can I call her?
What? Fireforge.
Queen Fireforge?
Yeah.
I don't know if it worked.
No, it doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay.
Queen Fireforge, if she sends her detachment elsewhere, then they're going to do the mining, and so we would have to be the one making stuff, right?
I mean,
Yes.
we would get it set up, and then ideally we would find somebody who actually knows how to work adamantine better.
But doesn't no one know how to work adamantine except for Queen Fireforge?
Can I make a check?
You can make a check. And while this is happening, Wave's like, but like, if these places are like abandoned and there's stuff there, and you fire up this like forge, isn't it gonna make like a lot of noise and heat? So like, would that maybe bring stuff there?
That's a very astute observation.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about it. So, but like, if that happens and someone does start forging it, like, if shit shows up, like those things that almost killed you,
Right.
like if a bunch of those show up and attack the person who knows how to do it, then like, doesn't work anyway, right?
Right. But I mean, that's
So like,
whatever
if somebody's
it is,
there, we gotta like
defend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
got
like,
it.
wouldn't the same thing happen if we started mining in the middle of an abandoned
Yeah,
tunnel?
but like if we're
Oh.
doing the mining, there's no one to protect us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's actually it's a really astute point, Wave. Something tells me this is going to be one of your better points. This whole
well,
thing.
like, you know, my whole family, basically, both biological and, like, metaphorical, is dead. So, like, I've had a lot of time to think about life. And death is like the tide that comes in and goes out.
What's your tiefling friend's name?
Sabine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Do you have any idea what you were thinking about asking for?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, tell us.
He goes, I don't know if it's doable, but, like, she's the only one with a body left.
Right.
And like, and he like peels back the wrapping a little bit. He's like, oh god. But like, she's mostly there, so like, that's not like crazy magic. Not like,
I mean, I
great.
don't know.
I mean, like, just not like I'm trying to be like, look, here's a jar, making him dude again.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I know very little about magic, but that is correct.
Maybe
I
you
think
should.
that's-
You should invest some time in learning about magic.
That's actually what I was thinking about learning.
Man.
About asking for.
So like,
Oh,
if
Some,
they,
that sentence didn't make it.
so like,
some
if
kinda
they
t-
could do something for that, that'd be cool.
Right.
That's a really
But like,
good
if
idea.
not, like maybe armor or something.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
It's
That
a
makes
different
sense too. Your
thing.
armor looks kind of.
Yeah, no, they're like totally different.
Hey,
But,
maybe you'll find like some magic armor while we're adventuring.
I mean,
Whoa.
let's not.
Whoa.
Let's not
Whoa.
go too crazy.
Whoa.
I was gonna say, like, why don't we
Bruh.
just like go buy you some armor,
Oh, like that also.
like
we
now before we go
got, yeah,
out.
like we just got a bunch of money.
Just got a bunch of money.
Like that's
true.
and
actually.
they probably have chainmail for sale.
What'd you say, astute?
Astute, yes.
Yeah, that was like that. That was very of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am that. Sometimes.
That's why I'm gonna call you. Stu.
I feel like you're gonna forget that next time. I feel
Nope.
like you're gonna forget that within a week.
Nope.
I feel like Rick's gonna remember.
Forever.
That's-
Start calling you Stu instead.
Stewie.
What?
It'll be our in-joke.
Oz. What? I don't like that.
Stu.
Yeah.
Oz.
Stu.
Oz.
Stu.
I have a feeling you're not gonna call me by my preferred name no matter what I do.
All right, come on, us.
Stu.
Look it. All right. Ready.
Sorry.
Everybody vote. Who wants to go? I want to go to the forge.
All right, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
back
I
you
love
up.
Forge.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's what we're gonna do.
Cool.
He's like, well.
No, you don't get a vote.
I mean, all right. It's whatever. I'll ride that wave.
That's all right.
All
You'll
right.
forget by
I'll
next
go
week.
with the flow. It's tr- Sometimes, like, I have these things where I'm like thinking about something, and I'm like, man, I really and then like,
Never mind.
All right.
what were we talking about?
Fair.
Yeah.
That was a good point.
So I
Wave.
think that
Forward, right?
all right, cool. I walk away from the group and then go back to the
Oh, I-
dwarves.
Follow
Okay,
him?
so you go back to the dwarves, and they all turn up to look at you. And again, there is like that look.
Oh my what was I making a history check to see if
Oh
I
yeah,
rolled?
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I rolled an 8.
I'll give you double proficiency, so that makes it I think a 10.
A 10, yeah.
You feel like it's there, like you, like,
Mm.
but you just can't.
There's
It's
definitely
like-
a guy. There's
It's
a
like
guy.
on the tip of your tongue, and it's one of those things where you're like, that guy's name. Like I know it if I see it.
Right, or I hear it.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
I'll know his name.
Yeah.
But you just can't.
Like somebody will say it and I can repeat it almost instantly after them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like that. So you go back to the dwarves. The
Right.
council all turns and looks to you.
Right, so we're gonna go to the forge. At
Alright.
your leave.
Yeah, no, she says, oh, no, and, like, the council, like, looks like they're gonna speak up, and she just talks over them.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, you know, that's fine. So we'll send our group to the mine to secure, a chunk of adamantine to something, maybe, I mean, I don't think we're gonna be able to have the time to refine it into ingots. We're just gonna get a hunk of raw adamantine, and then we'll go from there. Again, it's been so long, no one really knows how to do it. All we know is it gets really hot.
Right.
Like, because you need it to be that hot to melt it.
Yeah.
Um,
Working it's gotta be rough.
right, and it needs to be worked at this super high heat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about all we know at the moment. If you guys think you can set it all up, we could try and figure something out to get someone there to forge it.
Right.
And you know, we'll go from there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So again, if this works, we'll be in talks for some sort of, as best I can do as far as, you know, she'll kind of like, as far as payment, and she'll point like off in that direction over there, and she's like, so if you head over there, that should be where the easiest entrance to get in, to down to the mine to where the forge is, and then she'll kind of like point to Battle Braid and point over there. So if you're like, oh, send your men over there, not off on the other side to go
Right.
down into the mine. And she says, so you'll have to get there and secure it, and then obviously we'll have to get the adamantine there, and someone who we can try to find someone who can smith.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
she said we all have, you know, I mean, I know you and a handful of us all have some degree of knowledge of how to do it, but it's a lost art, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Samuel's like, I've read several. She's like, shut up.
Sammy. Hey, do you have those things, Samuel? Those for the pump.
Oh yes, the schematics.
Yeah.
And he like pulls out like,
wow. That's annoying.
And he goes, I know it makes this weird sound every time. He's like, watch, flap.
Isn't that bad for the paper?
He goes, oh, it's horribly bad for the paper. I don't know why I keep doing it. And he rolls it back up neatly and hands it to you, and it's several. They are literal like blueprints. Right?
Okay.
Like on the blue paper with the white scrawling,
right.
and you can see there's a couple that you can overlay. If you look up to the light, they kind of you see there's the general forge, and if you overlay the one on top and hold it up to the light and like smooth it out, it shows the heat pump and where it goes.
Okay.
And you get the feeling that with adequate time, you shouldn't have any problem cooking this thing up. You become pretty intimate with this pump over the past couple hours. So
right there at the hand grab. That's right. Yeah, so that'll connect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here, you hold on to that.
All right.
Yep. So you have the schematics, and she'll and Andi will look at at Wave's like shitty armor, and she's like, because it's chainmail, but it's pitted with acid, so there's like large holes that you could very easily stab a sword or an arrow or a javelin through. And she'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck happened to your armor?" And he's just like, "So like, I was there, and there was this thing, and it was like jelly, but it attacked me." And she's like, "Oh, you an ooze?" And he goes, "Ah, yeah, that thing."
Right.
And it like melted it. And she's like, and she'll gesture over to like a pile of like just arms and armament that's just kind of thrown together, and you can see that there's definitely like dried blood and stuff on it. And she'll be like, it might not exactly fit, but there should be might be able to get an extra set of a newer chain from there, and point him over to it. And he like sets his dead friend down on the ground and walks over and starts rummaging through the chainmail.
I just had the mental image of him going like, here, and handing her to me, and I like over the shoulder, but her head and feet are still hitting the floor because I'm so short.
And he walks over and he finds like a chainmail shirt, and like in a reverse Gimli in Shoot Tower, puts it on, and it's like a belly shirt. And she's just like,
no.
And she'll go over and she'll grab like another set, and like she'll be like and she'll like go over and like sit at the table, and like with about a half an hour she'll like break. You see her with like tools, because at her belt she still has like a set of
she's ready to
tongs and a hammer, and she just starts like
fixing
the council's like, she's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. I don't get to do any of this ever. You can let me fucking make this belly shirt into an actual piece of chainmail. We might. And they're like, and she's just like, I'm not listening.
While she's doing that, I want to go over to one of the guards and just be like, hey, is there a quartermaster around here anywhere that I could like buy some stuff from?
Yeah.
Marketplace.
Well, it's a wartime. I figured quartermaster.
Yeah, the one guy killing Stonecutter again. He's the head of like all materials.
Yeah, I'm talking to like little guys.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to the council about getting me some studded leather.
That's fair.
So, well, he's just like, what are you looking for?
Just some better armor, maybe some studs in this.
And he like scratches his head for a little bit. He's like, we don't really have much need for leather around here.
I just didn't know if you had any like sneaky dudes who don't like loud armor. I'm not sure. I just figured I'd ask.
Could I put studs on his armor?
Sure.
I'm a smith.
Yeah. I mean, if you get access to, you don't even need a forge really. You just need
studs.
You just need studs, really.
Fronts
studs
and backs, and
yeah,
put them together.
And he'll be like, well, and he'll like look over and he'll like look around, and he'll be like, he'll like walk off, and he'll come back with like, he goes off, and you see him like rooting around through some stuff, and there's a couple of supply tents in around that, kind of seems like they're all up here, and there's tents for each of them, and he walks over and he comes back out with like a bag. This sack, and he's just like, I got a bunch of rivets. We're fixing some of the bridges and things that were being teared down, so I don't know, this might work. they're like studs.
They are stud-like.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way they
so
are.
Here, and he
Okay.
hands you like, I don't know, 50 studs or 50 rivets.
You're pretty small.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I can make you.
Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah. You did a good job keeping me alive before. I appreciate that. You were stabbing stuff real well.
I do the best that I can do.
You did very well.
Cool. So yeah, when we get a minute, that would be amazing.
I mean, if you want to start.
Yeah, she's taking like
now,
half an hour.
She's taking at least a half an hour to.
This is smelly.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Press.
Ah, thank you. That's
Yeah, and
wonderful.
basically what you've
You're
done is you found like a piece of like a hunk of rock, and you basically have from your smith's tools, it's like a little grommet that sits
Right.
underneath the leather, and you put the rivet on top, and when you hammer it through, it basically will mushroom out the rivet on the other
Right.
side, like a pop rivet,
Yeah.
but then old timey.
Makes
And you,
sense.
you basically just slowly start methodically going through and doing this, and about around the same time that she finishes the chain, you finish installing all of these studs in the armor.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Do.
Careful, because one of the ones it didn't set right. So
Oh, well, I still appreciate it.
yeah.
As soon as you put it on, you're like, ah! And he's like, you know
Yep.
exactly what he's talking about.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
I still appreciate it.
It'll settle in
Cool.
time.
Cool. If just put some shit over it,
Yeah, that'll
like
work.
some cloth or something.
Yeah.
So it's the other armor.
Awesome.
And she will fix the chain and then hand it back to Wave, and he'll put it on, and it fits.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, so like, I don't mean to be like, I don't know, like a guy. I mean, like I do, but like, can I leave my friend here? And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, like she's dead, but like, I want to like leave her, but I don't want to like bring her. And she's just like, you want to leave a dead body here at with the council, so you can go do.
I don't think he means like right here. It's more of like a general in character farm.
God damn it. Samuel, can you watch after his friend while we're on this quest?
And he like has like a look of like, oh god, that's gross. But he's like, yes, I think that'd be a safe use of my time.
Thanks, Sammy.
And he will basically like find a spot. She'll like Andi will give him like a little area where he can like sit and
Right.
wait basically. And he will set down Sabine, and he'll actually cast Gentle Repose as a ritual on her, so her body doesn't decompose.
Right. That's nice of him.
It already, we'll
Did
say
a
he already
little.
did it,
Right.
and then he's re-upping his spell.
Okay,
so
cool.
it's the next day.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys are you are slightly more armored, as it were.
Right.
Would you guys like to do anything else before you set out on your mission to go secure the heat pump?
Pretty good for now. I doubt they have a poisoner's kit I could buy. I'm not even gonna ask. That's how much I doubt it.
That's probably a good idea.
No, you good?
I'm good.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not really anything I want to do or anybody I want to see. So we'll just sneak out of here.
Yo, Rick, I have this idea
Okay.
for like the future.
Yeah.
I want to design like a sheath for like a dagger,
Mm-hmm.
but like one that I could coat in poison.
The sheath.
The sheath.
Okay.
So if I ever need a poison dagger, I can just pop it in there real quick, coat in poison, and then stab one guy. So I
Okay.
would need. I feel like with your Smith experience, you could help me design it.
Right. So why don't you just get like a... Right, you get two sheaths. One's
Okay.
made out of leather,
Yeah.
and the other one's made out of glass. Right, and you just put the poison in the glass one, and then you can just have like some sort of cap on it that you can puncture. Maybe aluminum, like thin aluminum, and you stab it in there, and you stab it out, and it's poison.
This is a great idea. This is exactly what I wanted.
Alright, there you go.
All right, we'll work it out when we're out of here.
Alright.
But we got a thing. But thank you.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Solving problems.
there you go. You guys travel through down, still bringing the heat pump.
Right.
Can we get a cart?
alcohol first, though.
Yeah.
And a cart for
Yeah.
What?
the heat pump?
Yeah.
So
And
you don't have to carry them.
Okay.
if you want a cart, you can get a cart.
All right, we'll get a
Like
cart.
basically like a hand cart. You
I mean,
know?
I'm still holding it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you
yeah.
still gotta. Someone's still gotta move it.
All right, cool. That's fine.
It's got 4 wheels, and then like you would normally hook it up to a beast of burden, but
I'm a beast of burden.
there isn't really.
You are a beast up top.
Up top. Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that was like a surface dweller thing. Up top.
No. It means high fives.
Yeah. I mean, I figured it out.
Yeah.
Just a little time.
Fair.
So, yeah. What else did you want to get?
But I wanted to get some liquor.
Okay, you can do that.
All right.
Were you looking for anything in specific?
What was the dwarven?
There's the fire spirits.
Yeah, I want to get a little bit of that, just enough so that everybody make them some honorary dwarves tonight.
Gotcha. Okay, so,
Sounds promising.
when you go to find like basically the shop where you would be able to pick this up, kind of on the again not going into the town proper.
I got a hood up.
Okay.
Staying hunched low.
Okay. So you're in this shop. You're not like in the town. This is sort of like still kind of like the back of the front lines, if you will,
Right.
where all of the counseling and everything's
Sure.
happening. So you go in, and how much are you looking to buy? Just like a bottle? Or
Yeah,
like-
just like a bottle.
Okay. That'll run you like 5 gold.
All right, cool.
It's pretty expensive because
Yeah.
it has multiple uses.
You got it.
So yeah, you get a bottle of bourbon.
Morden's
Right.
blessings upon you.
And you guys head out of the shop. And then I guess we're good. And then we're gonna head down into. You guys make your way over to where there's basically a. And I guess we'll just say for the sake of timing that Andi gave you basically like a missive that
Right.
like lets you move freely through the city
Nice.
and to the area that is closed off where the forge was, because there's like a stone
Right.
door. It's not just like, oh, that's the tunnel. Nobody goes down there anymore. Like it's actually closed off.
Sealed off. That makes sense.
So you guys can flash your missive and then head down into the subsection to where the Adamantine Forge was once housed.
All right. Sounds good.
Do you want to take a break now while we're this early on?
I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm still.
Are you okay? Because you look like you're falling asleep. Do you want
A
some
little
coffee?
bit, maybe.
She didn't have coffee
I
before.
didn't
No,
have
she
coffee
didn't have
before
coffee
we
until she had a
started.
beer.
All right. Why don't you? Did you finish your beer?
No.
You finish that beer, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
All right.
And then you can have coffee and cookies and cupcakes.
I'm good. I'm gonna sleep more.
And
Sugar
more beer.
crash.
It's Fat Tuesday.
Well, it's Fat Tuesday. Happy Mardi Gras,
Warming up.
Internet.
Yes.
Yeah, internet.
Alright,
said that
so
was
yeah,
a
let's keep going.
Uncle the Brick.
Alright, so where we got here? Wildlands Underground. Here we go. Let's grab Dungeon 2.
What you doing?
These are cards to generate random encounters.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
These are for DMG. These are for Total Beasts.
Nice.
And I pull a card from a deck in case there's a random encounter.
All
That's awesome.
That way I don't have to do any of the work.
Makes-
Somebody else does it all for me. Thank you, Nord Games.
Yeah. Plug it.
They're the guys who also do the critical hit, critical miss cards.
Okay, cool.
And I have somewhere around here. Oh, in here is also treasure cards.
Ooh.
So like, oh, you guys are CR 5 to 8 monsters. Let me pull this and it'll provide the appropriate treasure
Nice.
for that encounter as well.
Very cool.
So, Jake, go ahead and roll me a d20, would you?
All right. You got caught in the middle there. Let's see. 11.
Okay. So you guys, you've never been down this area of the mines before because it's been closed off as long as you can remember.
Torch.
Sure, right? You have a torch, and that also works for wave as well. Cannot
Right.
see in the dark. So you're not really sure how deep this goes, because it doesn't make too much sense to be too deep, right? Because if you're forging, you want to be able to get it back to the city.
Right.
But your knowledge of adamantine is that it does need to be superheated to be flexible and workable. So it needs to be low enough underground where it's not going to cause any issues with heat all the way back. So the deeper you go, the naturally cooler everything is. So
You're not
it should be
about
better.
to make a fissure go on.
Correct.
All right, cool. Stable underground.
Okay.
Except for where we accidentally mined into the Kotal Lake.
Well, yeah. I mean, they don't know that story. So if you say that, then
No, I mean,
I don't know,
just, that wouldn't have made sense to say
it's just
out
monologuing.
loud. Just talking to myself.
Here I am again, brick to brick, on a mission.
Underground.
Monologue.
Anyway, dear diary, today was okay. I saw Queen Fireforge. She seemed sad, which is annoying.
Oh, didn't you have a mental note for me? I say out of game.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll tell you tonight when you're drunk.
Okay, so you guys are traveling for about a half an hour down, and it's going down, so you're sort of like on your heels to keep the cart from because if you lose you're going.
That's it.
It's
All right,
a
cool.
quick, Mr. Rick's wild ride.
I want to get off.
So you guys are traveling for about a half an hour before it kind of levels out. And you can see. Actually, everybody make perception checks.
Guidance.
Oh, I can't see
The right
anything.
usage of that?
Yes.
4.
Guidance. Wait.
Nope.
Too late for him
Why?
because he already rolled.
Oh,
I rolled
fine,
a-
you get a 2 then.
That's all right. It's got to be hard to
15.
do worse than 4.
What kind of a check was it again?
What? Oh,
Perception.
That's
Perception?
not accurate, but that was Daly's.
16.
What does Wave get it to?
Yes. You got 1.
Okay, you got 21. So yeah, you guys are looking around and you're just basically taking a breather because, it is a little bit. This thing is not.
Yeah, turn it sideways.
Yeah, this is heavy. So like, if you lose your footing and this takes you into a wall, that's not going to be a good day.
Right.
And he kind of looks around. You guys are all looking around, and he kind of sees you. There are very, very old like wagon ruts in the ground that are like almost imperceptible. Hello, my beautiful, beautiful friends. This Taco Man 181.
Taco Man, we're already friends.
Yeah.
I don't
Good
know you,
name.
but I love you.
What's your
So,
favorite food?
It is.
welcome,
Favorite
Taco
thing.
Man. Welcome also anybody else that's hanging out in the chat that's being awful quiet. Last time, you guys didn't stop talking. This time, awful quiet. That's okay. It was the hype of the first episode.
That's true.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
So, how are you tonight? Well, these are all the caps, by the way. I'm not screaming it. But,
How are you tonight?
I'm okay.
Celine
Solid
is,
okay.
Celine is sleepy because she opted out of coffee, which was
I
a poor
did.
choice.
It was a mistake.
Rest of you guys doing okay?
Doing good.
Yeah.
I'm having a good day.
Oh yeah.
All right. Pat's
Definitely.
not because he's not here.
But
Okay.
actually, he is because he's got full chainmail again.
He is. Pat.
Wave's having a good day.
Waves having a good
Waves
day.
out.
Pat is allergic to olives,
Maybe.
Or has
Or
appendicitis.
Or has appendicitis.
so we'll see.
We'll see.
By next week, hopefully, we'll have fixed that problem for him.
Mhm.
Hopefully. I have to talk in caps. I am partially blind. The caps help me see what I'm typing. All right. Hey, man.
Oh, hey.
Fair enough.
That is all good. Well, now we know. You're not yelling at us.
Uh-huh.
We're yelling to us.
Yes.
Well,
toward us.
Dubba, glad that you're here. Yeah, chat, if you're there, speak up. Let's have some conversations going on. We
Yeah.
got 2 people in the chat now.
That's right. Just
Um,
doubled.
I mean, I can see a whole list of people that are in the chat. So, see, Katie is there, but I think autonomously,
She just hangs out.
so she can gain flint bucks.
Ah,
smart.
see?
'Cause
Playing the system.
She was wiped
Yeah.
down to nothing.
Saved my life.
I will. I'll make sure I post again when we take a break in just a bit. But anyway, he also finds. Let's find out what he finds.
In the rut.
Well, no, just like in the because this is a very old area. The general feeling you get from looking at this area, this seems to be like a staging / turn off area, right? So the coming down was about wide enough for one cart.
Right.
So if you're coming down when you see somebody coming up, this is kind of where you pull off to let people go by.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and potentially back in the day, maybe this was like a meeting spot or a way to do a little bit of trading, off the top before stuff makes it up to the top or down to the floors. This is the place to do the trading.
Is there any markings I would recognize with thieves' cant? Any shady
Do
dealings
you
being done?
speak Dwarven?
Do you?
No.
Make me a intelligence check. Also,
Does that
hi.
count as a skill?
It's like I said it and people started
I know.
showing up. Also, hello, Axel. He
great.
is obviously the one who designed the Templar and the Spike Ravager. That they're only level 2.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's there is basically a symbol kind of very faintly, it's worn away from time, and as you get closer, it's not time, it's just like this thick ass layer of dust.
Okay.
And you just kind of wipe it away. And it basically just there's 2 runes that basically say meeting spot.
Oh, cool.
It's funny when I
Then,
cough.
because you did that, go ahead and roll me a d12.
Oh.
Oh.
What a way to
Oh.
make rolls.
3. Roll an 11.
They're all at the bottom.
Roll an
Okay.
11.
11. No, 5.
Okay. You basically find a coin, like an imprinted coin.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a commemorative coin
Okay.
from this looks real old. But you get the feeling that it's worth probably about 15 gold pieces.
Ooh.
And you find this as a way of it. Oh, and I guess I should roll because you found that, and I guess I should roll because Pat also.
That's okay.
That makes 0 sense. So I'll say he finds this one. He finds basically kind of under a rock, several rocks, basically a long wooden box that looks like it once held a musical instrument.
Mm-hmm.
But there is inside, upon opening it, it has some scribbled notes inside there. And make me an Arcana check.
Guys. 1.
You can make one too. You're a sorcerer.
Oof. Yeah. So you added 1. 23.
16.
It's so weird to be good at things.
Yeah, you're gonna be good at a lot of things.
I'm good at many things.
Yeah, but you're really good at a couple things.
I'm really good at a couple things.
I'm really good at one thing.
I'm okay at most.
You see.
Yeah.
But just okay.
You realize
Just
that
okay.
these
Still
aren't
okay.
just any old scribbles. These are actually scrolls, spell scrolls.
Oh, there's spell scrolls in that box. Wave?
Don't touch him.
There is a spell scroll of. Let's see. Let's pick something fun.
Power word kill.
Yeah, you guys entered the wrong mind, motherfucker.
Man.
But I was going to sell that. That's a good
Yeah.
thing to sell.
Let's just leave.
Unseen Servant. And Sleep.
Nice.
It's good.
The Unseen Servant is written in a very the I guess the typing, if you will, is very methodical.
Mm-hmm.
Make me an insight check on this piece of paper. You both can make one.
Who got a 4?
Yay! Like 4s, I'm gonna need it. I don't think I'm very insightful. Actually, I'm okay. 4, 9, 12.
17.
It looks like what's it called? It looks like the Unseen Servant is a wizard spell,
Mm-hmm.
and the sleep is written in a more flowy, flowery, believe that to be a bard spell scroll of sleep. Which is interesting because I don't know how, like, because it's a spell you can use, but it's technically a bard scroll.
Right.
But I don't feel like I feel like scrolls are autonomous.
Yeah.
They're not tied
Two.
To specific classes.
Specific class.
I guess it's whoever writes it, right? So if it overlaps, then it overlaps.
So yeah, you guys find those things.
Cool. Yo, Wave. I'm gonna take those.
Why?
Okay.
Can you even cast spells?
Well, not yet, but I'm working on it.
Can you use those?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can use Unseen Servant?
So
Nah,
I don't know. Ted's nodding, so I'm going along
I'm
with
gonna,
what he's saying.
I will look.
I just
Definitely
checked. I
use
just checked sleep. She can definitely use sleep.
She can't use Unseen
Unseen
Servant.
Alright, why don't you take this one, and I'll take this one for later.
Sounds good.
So you have a sleep spell scroll.
Uh-huh.
That's a weird dude.
Which actually is
Say
fucking
a wave.
awesome. That's something awesome for you to have.
Yeah.
Sleep? Yeah.
A sleep spell scroll?
Oh yeah.
Not having to,
Use it.
learn Like use a spell slot for sleep, but having it as an option.
Yep.
Oh, so I can just...
I mean,
That's me stabbing a lot of people.
yeah, if a lot of them fall asleep, we'll all just kill one, and then the next one, and then we'll all just kill the third one, and then that'll probably be it.
Yeah, I feel like with your great sword and my precise stabbage...
Oh, you have a magic sword.
What's that?
You have a magic sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's got this cool owl skull. I think I'm gonna name it Owl... No. Still working on it.
So, you guys continue on, I'm assuming?
Owl skull.
This is sort
Yes.
of, again, like the turnoff. So you guys continue down a little ways, about another half hour. So you're about an hour down.
Okay.
And you find another one of these sort of... actually, it starts to flatten out.
Ah.
And this is, again, another... There is kind of an area off to the right where, again, it seems something similar.
Right.
Rick, you've been carrying this car for a while. Do you need a break?
No.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Wave could totally do that.
That's true. You could.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm the most well equipped to do this.
Well, yeah. I agree.
Kind of athletic.
Like me too. Like, totally. You should totally be the one who carries the heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, never mind.
So...
And I kind of feel like it's my pump. I know we all found it together. It doesn't really
Hey,
belong
man.
to anyone.
He's
Hey, man,
pumped off
I was
of
about
it,
to
man.
say, we're not a pump god.
Yeah, well, I apparently am.
You apparently are a
Taking
pump
it.
god.
I'm bringing
so
this pump back from the dead. So.
Do it, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's pump magic. If you know what I mean.
I don't. Can you explain it to me?
No.
In small sentences.
Nope.
So you guys
Nope.
are...
He's too young for that.
At this point, as you guys are getting ready to continue on, and you can see kind of... it's past your dark vision, but now that it's flattened out, you know the forge can't be too far away.
Right.
At this point, however, as you guys have stopped and you've been having this conversation, you hear a rumbling beneath your feet. At which point... You guys hear that?
It's a purple worm.
Yep.
I run away.
Fuck y'all, all y'all. Purple worm, dead.
Oh, man.
Just evil game now.
Haha.
All
I win.
games are evil game.
Haha, evil. What's everybody's passive perception?
13.
13.
Okay.
Hey guys.
What's
waves?
You guys are like, and he's like, oh shit, there's like a, everybody roll for initiative. His is a 16.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah!
16.
Okay, and where's here? 16.
22.
Ah, damn, that's pretty good.
I'm really enjoying being a rogue.
Yeah.
Having played, most recently, a bunch of paladins and barbarian. It's very different.
What about you?
10.
10.
Yeah, it's
What'd
a
you
different
have,
sort of game.
Huh?
What'd you
Being Carrick and then
16.
now being
Yeah.
Rick, I'm like, what did I roll? That's the number.
With Bill for most of it. It was, what did I roll? -1.
Oh, yeah. Dez was the best, though.
Yeah.
He had a 13.
Yeah. Pretty good.
He was initial.
All right, Oz. It is your turn. You heard Wave be like, "Oh, look out! There's a thing," but you don't see anything.
All right.
You did feel the rumble beneath your feet.
I am going to try and hide as a bonus action underneath the cart.
Okay.
On top.
Sure. Yeah.
You want me to roll something?
Worst
or
place to
something?
hide.
Yeah. Make me a stealth check.
What are we attacking right now?
Nothing.
Right now, there's nothing.
Ooh, natural 20,
Oh.
so that makes it a 29.
Okay, you're hiding.
And for my action, I'm going to ready an action to shoot something with my crossbow if I want to shoot it.
I feel like that's not a good enough trigger.
Ah,
It needs to
there!
be a
I
little
figured
more
I'd try it.
It needs to be a little more definitive.
I
an
will
enemy
to
appears.
shoot any hostile creatures that take action against my allies.
Okay. At which point, you see erupting from the ground
Oh.
in the midst of you three is what looks like a chitinous lobster-like creature with a massive scissor-like mandible, two very large pointed claws, and sort of, again, a big, almost queen xenomorph type like head piece. I don't know what I want to call that. Frill, I guess.
Makes
And
sense.
then like has a 6 legs and sort of the curved interlocking like lobster like back.
Rock.
And then it's going to and then a second one appears actually next to you. It seems as though your hiding does nothing when they sense vibrations in the ground.
Fair.
But
fault the guy for
it
trying.
came for you because you are separate from the group. So,
Should hit on top. 'Cause the ground was
that one's
lower.
gonna attack you.
Cast shield.
Oh,
That is a 22 to hit.
that'll hit.
Okay.
Don't die. Cast shield. I can't. Don't die then.
That is gonna deal 6 points of slashing damage to you, plus 1 point of acid damage. As you realize, as it bites you, you're starting to get melted from that, and it has you grappled in its mandible.
Oh gosh.
So that's its move.
Would that trigger my ready to action to shoot a thing?
I mean, are you your own ally?
I guess not.
You could be.
I could be, but there's another
This
one.
one, as it erupts, it circles around your group, and you watch, and it's
Skittering?
yeah, skittering, skitter noise, and you watch as it foams, a green foam at the mouth, and then a line of acid sprays forth from it. So I'm gonna need you guys and Wave to make me a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
great. These are my best.
You have danger sense now,
Ha!
so
Natural
you can see
20.
it, so you have advantage anyway.
Ah. Ooh. Burn that one. It's a 4. Good, yeah. So 20.
Okay.
Resilient dex.
7.
It might be coming. I'm just going to be the best at physical.
What's your dex number?
11.
7.
So it's
7.
good. It's a good.
7.
20
20.
something.
20
And
flat.
and a 5. So okay.
Oh.
So
Pet dies off screen.
no, but he is resistant to acid damage.
Oh yeah. Not you though.
So Celine, you
Take and absorb
will
elements.
take 7 acid damage. You will take 4.
Ah.
Wave will take 4.
Want me to grab one for you?
Sure, if you don't mind.
Gosh, that makes me mad.
And that does trigger your action, though, Oz.
you.
All right, then I'm going to shoot at it with disadvantage. Correct? Since I have an enemy within 5 feet.
Yes.
Hit it anyway.
With disadvantage, 13.
13 just you see it
Pings.
off of the butt armor.
Yeah,
Mm.
fair.
Then Ember, it is your turn.
So wait, what's the layout of the battle right now?
There is one over by Oz, who's underneath a cart.
Okay.
And there is one that basically lined up to get the three of you with a line of acid.
Well, I'm gonna move so that I can fully see the one that attacked us with acid.
Sure, you can pretty much. Yeah.
I can see where I am because I don't know if it was like.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you can duck. Yeah, it's fine because it
Okay.
attacked from a distance, so you can easily see it.
I'm gonna use Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Alrighty, let's see it. So
So
go
I'm gonna
ahead and
attack first.
Make me an attack roll.
Please hit.
17.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So go ahead and roll some damage for this Anke.
Yep.
That one's gonna choose the damage.
No, you can pick
What?
after you roll.
Oh, I pick
Like-
after I roll.
You pick which of the two. I
Oh,
think.
it says choose one of the D8.
Yeah, choose one of the
All
D8s.
right.
Don't get acid.
3. Using that one, it's fire damage.
Ah, good move.
good call.
So.
You are wreathed in fire.
There she goes.
So-
The
Again.
other option was psychic damage.
Good. Good.
So how much?
Punch things right in their
That
brain.
is gonna be 13 points of damage.
Now, what was the extra stuff? Oh, that's if you go cast it up, it does d6s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it had to
hold
be
on.
doubles to jump.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay, that's next.
Cool. And it does not. You didn't roll a 1 on either of those, did you?
No.
Okay, so that is it. You are wreathed in fire. Then it is Rick the Brick.
All right.
This thing, we'll say that you're closest to it.
I'm the closest to this one.
Yeah, we'll say.
Oh man, it just like came up and just spit acid in my face.
It came up, skittered around you, and then spit acid at you, and then
I
threw
mostly
you.
dodged it.
Mostly. Yeah.
Regardless, that makes me angry.
Yeah. How
So-
angry does it make
Oh
you?
man, it makes me so angry. It makes me enraged
Oh.
mechanically. So I'm gonna go into a rage
All
as
right.
a bonus action.
Yes.
And it just my vision just turns red, and I'm just just everything that's been pent up. And I just take the greatest sword from my back, and I'm just gonna come boom, flat out right on this thing's head.
You also see it is outlined very neatly, almost as if a fairy fire, but not mechanically a fairy fire.
Right.
In red, in your rage.
That is a 21.
Yeah, that will definitely
All
happen.
right. So
This is the one that has been hit with the chaos bolt. So.
yes, 10 damage.
Did you add
Yeah.
your?
Oh, my rage damage, 12 damage.
Did you add
Yes.
the extra for your modifier?
Yep.
12 damage, you said?
Yep.
Okay. So you slash into this thing. You are raging. It takes the damage, but it is still up.
You want a different color?
Make me a nature check. How do you hit this thing?
Yeah, 10.
Cool.
Haha, I hit it.
It is
I did it.
Wave's turn. Wave is going to move up to attack the one that you just attacked.
That makes sense.
So
Which one did
he's
you
gonna
attack?
roll
The one you attacked. We're gonna all kill that one,
a-
Government.
except for you.
Who's under the cart?
I was thinking about going enraged and then pulling you out from it, but then I did. I attacked
I'm
it.
trying to stab it.
Okay. So he's gonna roll a 14, which is enough. So he's gonna run up with his long sword. He's going to slash at it
Bam.
for 3 plus 5, so 8 damage.
Bam.
I said, and that is
I was thinking it when you said it, and then like I started saying it.
That'll be
You
it.
went faster though.
for now.
No action, Serge.
Not yet.
Alright.
Oz. So you are grappled by
This stupid thing.
this thing. It has you in its mandibles.
All right. I'm going to drop my crossbow and draw my new short sword
Sure.
and express to the group, "Hey, there's a thing under here!" And then I am going to bring it down in a stabbing motion. I'm going to aim for this thing's stupid eye.
Okay.
It's always good to take out this stupid eye.
Ah, butt slorbs. I miss with an 11.
You're like, you go down as you go to stab, You're freaked out by the fact that it has 4 eyes,
Oh,
and
I
you
don't
don't
like
know
that.
which one to hit.
Which
And
one's
you
the
just
stupid
miss.
eye?
All right, fair. And then as a bonus action, I am going to disengage and move nowhere.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, you disengage.
Ha
Don't go anywhere. Speed is 0. These are grappled. So it's going to bite you. Does it have advantage?
It's gonna try.
It does have advantage because it's got you grappled.
It's
in its
gonna
mouth.
try.
That was a 4. That was a 13 though, so it's 18.
18 hits.
Barely.
Barely.
Cast shield.
I don't know that yet.
That is going to be with the acid because you have no
Bonus
resistances. That is 13 points. Get close. Then the other one is going to see if it gets its acid back.
Oh no, don't do
It
that.
doesn't do that.
God,
So it's
that's
going to attack with the break.
Ah, yeah, it is.
17?
Oh yeah.
Alright. So it's going to deal. This is going to be halved. So that is going to be 5 damage.
Okay.
That's half. That's the piercing, and it's going to deal 4 acid,
Okay.
and you are considered grappled
Oh,
by
yeah.
the creature. That is Ember's turn.
Do you have the
Then it's Ember's turn.
Then it's Ember's turn.
Sorry.
It's still
Um,
Ember's turn.
Remember when it was Ember's turn?
Uh,
It's right now.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Right,
So each one is grappling one of them.
Yeah.
So like if I attack one of them, is it gonna hit them?
No.
No.
Unless you do like an AoE and they're in the blast radius.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
no
something
burning
in-
hands?
So yeah,
Something else.
Anything else, really?
yeah, that would be fine.
Fireball.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
also be fine.
I'm gonna
Magic missile.
No. I'm gonna bonus action. Ah, wait. How close am I to these people?
To which people? I mean,
Well,
you're
we've been
within.
attacking.
You're within 10 feet of that one and 15 feet of the other one.
If I get within 5. Well, no, 'cause that's that. So that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna bonus
What's that?
action do my mantle of flames.
Oh, okay, sure.
So more
Extra on
fire.
fire.
Yeah.
Oh God!
So what does that do again? Remind me.
Wreath in flames and just look cool. 6 spread, 60 feet of light. Creature within 5 feet takes fire damage equal to my charisma mod when they hit me with melee attack or touch me, and all fire damage gets a bonus equal to my charisma mod.
Okay, so you don't do any initial damage on
No.
the. Okay.
It's only when I use fire to attack.
Okay, so it is
Which
your
I'm
turn.
going to do now
No, go ahead and do
with
that.
firebolt.
Which one?
One that I've been attacking.
Cool.
Do I do a ranged? Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, that's good.
All
Go
right.
ahead and roll your
The
D10 plus.
Plus 4.
Plus 4, yeah.
No, that's 7 damage.
Ah, now you're reading the flame.
7 damage. It had 6 hit points.
Nice.
So
All right.
you watch this again. The flames, new flames that light up the whole freaking room, and then as she casts the spell,
More flames!
more flames.
Rick!
Rick, you are free.
Rick, I need a hand!
You break free from that.
I'm still angry though.
Yeah.
Alright, I go to the cart. I grab Oz, and I'm gonna degrapple him.
Okay, go ahead and
shit.
make me
An
Hey.
athletics check
an athletics check at advantage
against
because
that thing.
Because you're raging.
Yeah. 27.
Oh yeah, that's great. You rip him out with his straws.
And then I'm gonna
Thanks,
just,
Rick.
I got him picked up. I'm just gonna put him down gently-ish.
Very gently.
And then I'm gonna turn back to the thing.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get in its face so that it attacks me. Because
Okay.
I'm just so mad.
Sure.
I want to stay mad.
That's
I'm
fine.
not done being mad.
Okay.
Alright, but I am done with my turn.
Alright, so wave goes up. Wave's gonna swing at it. That one. He's gonna get a 19. So he's gonna hit it for 9 damage.
Oh yeah.
This thing at this point is completely undamaged.
I have been unsuccessful in hurting it.
Mm.
He's going to action surge and get a natural 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wave!
He is
It's high tide.
slash it across the shoulder and deal maximum damage to it.
Nice.
So that's gonna be 13 points with that attack. Cool. That is his move. It's gonna go back around to you, Oz.
All right. Bonus action. Take a healing potion
Sure.
for 9 health back.
Cool.
Good. And now I'm gonna. How far away am I from this thing? Probably 5 feet.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna try and stab it with my sword.
Sure.
And now Uncle the Brick's next to me, so if I hit, sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
And you've been, you know what? You let me down. So I'm gonna put you down. Pull out this one. Ha ha! And that did not let me down, so that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Good.
So
15 damage.
that's so shitty.
Not
No.
8.
10 damage. Boop. And then bonus action disengage, run back 30 feet.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yep. Oh, then it's its turn. It's like on you with a 21.
Mm-hmm.
So the slashing damage is 12, so that's 6,
All right.
and then 4 acid if you're grappled by the creature. Then it's Ever's turn.
Alright.
Cool. Make me an attack.
All right.
22.
Yo, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
7 damage.
Morph. That is his hit points.
Woohoo!
So basically, you watch in the matter of 2 turns, you guys are like fighting, and she's just like, and they both go out.
Jeez. All right.
And
Yo,
this thing breaks off.
Nice
of you.
moves!
Don't touch me.
Oh, it's
Hurtful and unnecessary.
Whoa, she's on fire, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she did great. I agree.
No, I don't believe that. Anyway,
Wave's like, oh, should I put her out?
Nah.
I think you should ask politely.
No, that's not like really my style for anything I ever do.
Fair,
But like, I guess that's okay.
yeah.
I sit down.
He's like, oh, I was glad I warned you guys. That wasn't like a surprise.
Also sick.
Yeah, man.
Because that could have been like real bad, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know. Acid, wow.
Yeah,
Right.
man, wait, thanks for that. I mean, I might have died had you not warned us.
Yeah. Well, that'd been rough. Like he almost died from he almost died from like bugs, and you almost died from like bugs.
Why are you calling him like
Uh-oh.
Cause like maybe we should just stay away from bugs.
Whoa.
That's a good plan.
I
All
mean,
right,
I
guys.
guess it's like a lobster, but like also a bug.
Team meeting.
Lobster-esque.
No more bugs.
I sit in the cart. I take the pump out of the cart, and then I sit in the cart.
All right.
I'm not moving for an hour, and then I go to sleep.
Oh.
Oh God. Cool.
Okay.
I guess we can rest here. This is a good place as any.
Wave is going to second wind. Then get his hit points back and then take a short rest.
All right.
Good move, Wave.
Smart.
I'm gonna
heal.
use
Yeah.
a hit die. Oh, maximum. So I only have 1 damage.
So that's 12.
No, that's not how math works. I'm full.
Unfortunately. 12 and 11. I'm up to full.
With the massive amount of bright firelight that is extended for a 60-foot radius,
Mm-hmm.
that extends the vision of your dark vision.
Ah.
So you can actually, from your position, you can see the way up to where the forge actually is from
Nice.
your current position.
Ah.
So
It's
you
only
know-
up for a minute though. It's not like it's gonna go waste.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, then, over the course of
Anybody
the
got
short-
marshmallows?
I didn't think to grab marshmallows.
What are marshmallows?
That's what Wave's like, whoa, what are marshmallows? Does that have something to do with like a marsh? Because that's like water, and that's like my thing.
Hey, you're mellow too.
Ah, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right. So do you guys want to take that?
Yeah,
fiver?
let's take that
Yeah.
break and we'll get that coffee in there
Yeah.
for Celine.
That's right.
So, Internet, we will be back in just a bit. We're going to make some coffee. Celine, when she's not laughing maniacally with fire,
Is asleep.
is asleep.
Those are my two
Two
states
modes.
of
She
being.
has 2 modes.
Thank you
No,
to everyone who's still hanging around
Wow.
in the chat. We will be back
literally
shortly
like something.
to continue this. The party has survived their encounter with 2 Ankegs.
Yeah.
One of my favorite low-level monsters.
Oh.
Do you like them?
Underground. They're great.
Terrible.
People freak out when they're like, acid? What?
Except for Wave, he was.
He was okay.
Yeah.
He's not really freaked out about anything.
Well.
Oh, before you go out, he's gonna pull out like some paper and roll it up and then like touch it nearby you, and he's just gonna smoke and then you go out.
Fair.
Even though he only has this little bit of like his family's last namesake, he
Can't
gave a
help
whole
it.
bunch of it to goblins. So
And then.
and then all of
it's
his friend
dwindling.
died, so he's like, oh shit.
Light one up for my homies.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But he's like,
Nice.
oh, but like they all got lit up and burned up into fire. Whoa.
Whoa, that's deep.
Like,
It's deep.
Totally.
It's like the ocean.
Nice.
Alright, guys, we will be right back. We're
I
just
see
gonna
what
grab
you
some
did there.
coffee, and then we will continue this game.
Yes.
As long as we keep our bearings straight, we'll be alright.
We can see. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pulling from random encounters at this point. Maybe we'll get a giant scorpion next. I hope not.
I hope
Oh,
not
God,
too.
no.
I put the pump back in the.
Oh. All right, we're back in.
Back in the. Yeah.
You look well rested, Brooke.
I am.
All right, you
I
ready?
feel better. You feel better?
I do.
Wait, you didn't look
I-
like you needed to rest at all.
Nah, man. Just like it's all good, man. Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Oh, like water. I get it.
That's sort of my thing.
Oh, I'm picking up on that subtlety.
I'm not really like subtle about it, but like I get it. It's cool.
It's cold as ice.
Which is made out of water.
Ah, high fives all around.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Fair.
I mean,
It's
I'm
okay.
not on fire anymore, so.
Oh, you missed your shot. Give me that face that you give me. Yep, that's it. Found it.
So,
All right, shall we?
wait. Why do you keep catching on fire? You don't know.
This is
Just
kinda-
happens.
Is it a predictable
Yeah.
pattern? Can you do it on purpose?
Sometimes.
Is it smaller than a bread box?
I
What?
don't see how that's relevant.
Oh, fair.
Is what's smaller than a bread box?
The fire?
Obviously, you saw it
Obviously not.
several times. Pay more attention. As an adventurer,
Listen.
you should A, not introduce yourself as somebody else's son, and
Oh.
B,
Wait, go back to A.
no, and B,
Oh.
you
I had
should
questions
look
about
with
A.
your okay, A, but you should pay more attention.
Okay.
All right, what's A?
Why?
Why?
I mean, my dad was famous, I feel like. And he was, in general, good.
mhm.
So I feel like people would give me the benefit of the doubt if they knew that my dad was an alright dude. That was my thought process, anyway.
Yeah, but I mean that's okay. It just makes you look like you're looking for attention from that when you start with that.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because anybody who knows your dad's gonna know the last name, and they can, I mean, if not make the connection, they can, kind of lean in that direction.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I wasn't looking at it from that point of view, but
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You gotta think you want to be cool, right?
Okay, and like less is more in
Exactly.
coolness?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived with my parents until this year, so coolness hasn't really come natural.
Well, you know what? You're gonna get it.
I'm gonna get it one day.
Yeah. You're definitely you're getting it.
Alright, natural.
Like right now, it's like a shallow bit of coolness. She's got like a little cool pool.
Alright.
We're gonna build it up.
Cool.
We're
I
gonna
like
hang
that.
out more with Wave.
That's cool.
Look at
I
him.
mean, like, and he's just like,
Not that specifically, but the tone down.
Alright, I'll
Attitude.
try my thing.
Just don't start with that.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't either. No.
In Thieves' Camp, that means something really rude.
What happens if you do that?
means burning hands.
Or Minotaur horns.
Hands aren't
It's a spell. That's the hand motion for burning
Yeah.
hands. It's how my dad cooked steak quickly.
Who
Did it
stayed
work?
quickly?
See, that was
You
cool.
wave.
Whoa.
You're certainly a guy.
Your dad cooked me?
No, I was. Yes.
I start walking.
All right, I'm gonna follow Brick.
Wouldn't it be he boiled you?
And he has finished his joint.
Were you
in the
steamed
show.
about it?
No, I was smoked.
that was a cowardly joke.
I got it.
You ever try it?
No.
Yeah,
actually.
you should.
Of you, Rick?
No. It's fool's parsley. That's what they call it in dwarven culture. 'Cause only
Really?
fools, yeah, smoke it.
Parsley?
Parsley, yeah.
Okay.
Don't judge us.
No. I just in the surface they call it the bum's oregano.
Ah.
So it's just like weird that we pick different spices.
Yeah.
The subterranean and terranean people.
You know what we call magic mushrooms?
No.
Magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
Ah. We do too.
Yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're magical.
They're made of magic. Yeah.
Literally.
Whoa, magic.
Oh, man.
I can detect that, you know.
Oh, is there any around?
Hold on.
Wait, he doesn't...
No, he's like, oh, I could just do it.
Mm.
He's like, well, this thing is magic, and he holds up that little doll that has a noose around his neck that looks just like him. He's like, this is magic.
Creepy
Yeah.
magic.
I mean, we went over that
Right,
yesterday.
and like,
My sword.
and those 2 pieces of paper,
Yeah, the ones that.
and
The magic
she,
scrolls?
and she is.
And
yeah,
our potions.
Yeah, and those potions, yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks,
Magic.
Wave, for telling us all the magic things.
Yeah.
I mean, you... Yes, man.
It's like, you're welcome, like, anytime. You need, like, to know about magic,
We'll let you know first that we need to know that.
you should, because they'll tell you.
All right, let's keep going.
You realize, again, at this point, that in, like, in this short rest, obviously, this was not a small joint that was rolled, but there is nothing left. He's just like, he's more Wave than he's ever been, if that makes sense.
That
But
does.
also, like, this is a cave, too.
So
I mean,
how are we feeling?
like, it's not that, it's got, like, a higher ceiling.
Okay.
You're lucky that the cart wasn't enclosed.
High or C?
But no, like
Yeah.
there's a way for air to flow. I mean, it's stagnant air, right? Because they shut the door behind you when you came in, so it's sort of like
confidence is really reassuring.
Overwhelming.
yeah. So
That could be a water joke if you're really reaching
If you're
for
really reaching
Oh,
for it.
I wasn't aiming for it.
gotta reach deep for that.
Ah.
Because like deep is water.
water.
Is
Yeah.
deep.
Not everything's a water joke.
That's true.
Not that attitude.
No, yeah, exactly. You're right.
All right, let's keep going.
Astute.
I
Ah.
was hoping that would have died.
Nope.
Please don't poke my face.
Yeah, man. Whoa. You poke people in the face.
You don't touch a man's face.
How old are you?
19.
Okay. Well, you can understand
Yeah,
why she
fine.
wouldn't have learned to
Right.
do
Oh,
not poke people in the face.
Please don't poke my face. I don't like it.
Why?
Because I don't like when people touch my face.
But why? Where's that
I
stuff
guess
from?
silence. No, it doesn't
He
work.
was like, oh, it didn't work,
In another life.
and he's just like, no, I guess it didn't work.
No. I don't think that's actually how you cast it anyway.
That's what.
So, I don't know.
I mean, you just say, I cast silence. No.
Like, I cast silence. Oh,
No.
oh no,
No.
no.
Sorry. Why don't you try it?
I cast silence. It didn't work. I know how magic works a little. This isn't how it works. Like, I'm still talking, so I know it didn't work. That's how silence works. Fine. And then as soon as I turn around, I'm gonna try and stealth. And hide.
Make me a stealth check.
Hide where? In the cart?
About.
Under the cart. Last time. the things under the ground got them.
27.
Yeah, you're sufficiently stealthed. And then the cart starts moving, and then your cover goes away.
Yeah, but I had him for a second.
You did.
You did. That was sneaky. I didn't even see where you went.
It's one of my best qualities.
Being sneaky.
Yeah,
I think it's your attitude.
Huh. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I plod into the forge room.
Okay, so you guys make your way up towards the forge. There is a series of stairs, and then to get up to it because it's a little bit elevated, and then you can see that you're on about a 30 by 30 foot circular sort of area, and directly in the center of it is basically the lower half of the forge, and you can see the pipes, the smokestacks that go up. And you can, with your having taken time to look at the schematics a little bit, and from what Samuel probably told you enough that you didn't want to even, you weren't probably listening. Eventually it just sort of became an autonomous thing in the background on your way to visit Andi. Where it should go. You can kind of see where the missing part is, and you're like, you gotta get closer and actually look at the schematics, but you think you have an idea of where things will go. But you can also see
big picture.
Workbenches, racks with tools, and these are very these tools they've stood the test of time. Mm-hmm. There's a set of like tongs, there is a hammer, there's an awl. There's a handful of different, smithing tools that are there, and they are all, again, almost gleaming.
Just dusty.
All right. And again, you can see there's also some slightly deteriorated, like, leather aprons for smithing and thick, gloves for holding things in the forge. And then there's, like, a couple of tables, smatters of, like, pieces of things that were never completed. Probably a couple of scrolls worth of designs and things that were never done.
I'll collect those up.
So yeah, you guys can go ahead and take a look through and see what you can turn up. And it is. I mean, again, make me we'll call it a stone cutting check.
All right.
+4.
Okay. Double proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 13 plus 4, 17.
Yeah, looking at these tools that are here, this set of tongs, this couple of different size hammers for shaping, and even the anvil itself seem to be made from adamantine because you need adamantine to work adamantine.
I knew that.
Because you need something as hard or harder to work it.
Either a magic hammer or an adamantine one.
Right, so these. I mean, they're not. It's not like a war hammer. It is a hammer, so it would function, I think, as like a throwing hammer.
Okay.
In the player's handbook, I think it's like a D4. It's basically the equivalent of like a bludgeoning dagger.
Right.
And then again, the rest of the smithing tools. Looking around, you can see there were some designs here for. It looks like some sort of modified cart, but rather than. It has wheels, but it seems like it has some sort of track or treads to move it rather than just individual. Like there are wheels, but there is something wound around the wheels. And it has sort of a fork coming to like a pointed edge, the tip of this vehicle. So whatever that is for. And there's a handful of different just like ornamental designs for using what you would assume to be just the way the schematics are set up, like ornamental adamantine things to just take like a regular shield and make it look like that much cooler. So it'll be like house symbols or like the hammer of Moradin or whatever, different things like that. Nothing too crazy that really stands out as far as like a unique designed item of any kind.
Okay.
And yeah, so you're going through and looking, checking all that stuff. Are you guys just hanging out, I imagine?
Yeah.
Or are you also?
I mean, perusing what's around, just like kind of checking out the area.
Yeah.
Are there any other exits except for our?
It seems that from what there is a tunnel that is to the right that has collapsed.
Okay.
You would guess just based on the side of where it is that probably would have led to the mine.
Okay.
Doesn't make a lot of sense to have that go all the way out through the city and then back
kind of like
down.
a triangle.
Right.
All right. Makes sense to me.
Cool.
Are your cup holders big enough for mugs, or are they slotted? They expand out.
Yeah.
It's
They're
you
as
can't
big
really
as we
see.
need them to be.
So
Can I-
they.
Just do it.
I mean,
Just
I
the
would
camera,
say
throw it down. I'm not going to.
we could, but
We could, but
But anyway, it
No.
it basically the top piece folds up and then kind of expands out like this. So it could hold. It can hold mugs that you can put your pens in when they're filling coffee. But yeah, I mean they can hold obviously like a solo cup, a beer bottle, even some like slightly larger mugs, travel mugs. Even seltzer, like some of the seltzer bottles.
Seltzer bottle.
Yeah.
It can hold.
They're boat cup holders.
Yeah,
right?
they're marine. If you look on Amazon, marine cup holders.
That's exactly.
That's what
they
these are. I got these because they fold up out of the way. So if you're not using them,
They're nifty.
Anyway, so as you got, you can see the collapse. It seems like it again hasn't been touched. There's a layer of dust on most of these things, and this is just cobbled stone that looks like it was potentially. You don't know if it was an intentional, like to close off,
Right.
or if it just happened over time. No one's been down here for a long time, so you don't know. But as you guys are searching around, let's see here. Okay. You guys hear like from like echoing from above, and it echoes through this circular cavern. You don't see anything up there, but you hear this sort of hysterical cackling.
Hey. Look for somebody else on fire.
You do not see anybody else on fire.
Unusual. Keep an eye out, guys. Let me see if I can get this pump working. Alright.
Okay, so you can kind of smoothing out the schematics and looking at it. You can go ahead and make me a strength check to lift this up to get it into the general area where it needs to be.
+1.
Oh, 10.
Sorry.
We'll say Wave will help you and give you advantage.
Alright. Thanks, Wave. Oh, look at that. That is a 25.
Oh wow, okay. With his help, you're able to kind of like shoulder it up onto the general area of where it needs to sit. So it's sort of, it's not 100% in place. You
Right.
gotta hook up the pistons, and you gotta kind of hook
It's
up.
in the right spot, though.
Yeah. So while this is gonna probably take you just the way things are working, scrambling up and grabbing things and hooking things up. This is probably gonna take you like 10-15 minutes at minimum, assuming things go well, aka your rolls are not garbage.
Well,
But unfortunately, these rolls, with the exception of guidance, are basically, this is your wheelhouse because nobody else here is a smith, and you're the only dwarf. So,
Alright, while they're doing that, I want to
Ready to go.
keep an eye out for whatever made that sound. I'm just going to be ready for stuff.
so you can go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
yeah.
+1.
12.
Okay. So you're basically that is, you're stroking your beard, you're looking at this, you're like, and you kind of start postulating, I think that goes there. Yeah, I don't want to get up there and put that in place and then find out it's wrong and have to undo it, so you're trying to think this through. Make me a perception check.
+2.
22.
No, you don't see it. I'll make Wave make a perception check. Let's see.
+2.
Oh shit.
Why do these keep going?
He goes, mushrooms, and he like points up, and you see several red cap and white mushrooms, like up in like the top corner of the crags of the rock by the ceiling. He's like, you just talking? He's like, oh, he's busy. Like, we were just talking about like magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
And like, look,
Magic
what?
mushroom.
And they're not there anymore. He's like, there was just like there was mushrooms there, and now they're gone. It's like magic.
Insight.
Okay.
You can't get a read on him.
15.
like the water things like are there, and then they're not because it's like, like the tide maybe.
Is that
right?
true?
Yeah, like sometimes you're out surfing and you're like, I'm gonna just like ride this in, and then all of a sudden there's no water, and then you like face plant in the sand because you're like, oh shit, low tide.
I'll take your word for it, Wayne.
But no, like there was mushrooms though, for real.
All right. I'll keep an eye out. What did they look like?
They were like red and white.
Were like red caps with like white dots?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
But like there was like
Guide me.
there was like 6 of them and like a cluster, and that's gone.
Do they have faces?
But no, they just look like mushrooms.
Okay. So disappearing mushrooms. I'm gonna keep an eye out. Thanks.
Now
Thanks.
I kind of want mushrooms.
Thanks, Wave.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye out. See if they come back. You and me.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Makes the dream work.
He's like, that's crazy that I saw it without any light. Because I forgot that there's no light.
Yeah,
source.
that is insane.
Oh, you brought a torch.
I brought a torch. I've been.
He's like, yeah, maybe it was just like the torch. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it
And I
would
was-
be like whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You guys gotta be quiet. I'm trying to think.
Oh, but like the.
Sorry, Rick.
All right, yeah.
No, I believe you guys about the mushrooms, but this thing is actually a lot more complex in person than on this piece of paper.
Fair. Do you want a hand? Could I help?
Do you know anything about engineering or blacksmithing?
Nope. But I know a lot about schematics.
Oh yeah. Well, in that case, definitely.
Right. I think you're doing it right.
Oh,
Good job.
How does he do that?
It's it's in the wrist.
It's less of a and more of a flap.
Ooh, your successful attack is a critical hit.
Ooh.
We all
Wait
agree.
like 9 levels for that, and then brutal critical.
Ooh.
Nah, not now. Later.
6 months from now, though, if we're lucky.
Can I make another?
Yeah, make another intelligence check.
Am I proficient in these intelligence checks? Because I know how to use smith tools.
3.
Sure, I'll give
Alright.
you that.
I could use that. Oh no. 9.
You like take out, you pick
Ah, okay.
Oh, there it is.
That makes
Because
so
it's
much.
because we were talking, Wave. We threw him off.
That makes a lot more sense.
Cast silence. What? It's like, what is even happening right now? I have magic. I can't handle this right now. This is too much. What if I had magic and all my friends are dead and I didn't even know I could cast magic? What?
Wave, calm down.
What? What? Oh my god! What?
Yeah, just calm down.
What?
It's fine.
Just
No,
keep an
no,
eye out for
but
those
like-
mushrooms. You can't put your head in a bushel basket, bro.
What?
You heard me.
I heard you, but like, what does that even mean?
It means don't put your head in a basket because we're looking for mushrooms.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
Ted's the best Pat.
It's true.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't know the next one happened. 4.
oh, yes. 21.
Alright, you have successfully installed the pistons in the proper sockets for them to actually fire. So you feel like you've got the
Oh.
pistons hooked up in the right area,
Okay.
and they'll actually move, and you kind of test those
Right.
forward a little bit, and they go, and then backwards a little bit, they go. So now it's basically just hooking up the exhaust tubes to the proper vents so that you have the right intake and output,
Right.
so you don't crisscross those.
Okay.
And then just sort of taking tools and actually bolting everything in place so
Right.
that it's actually hooked up. So it'll be potentially two more successful checks.
Okay.
And he's like, man, this is all like too much for me right now. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I could cast
4.
magic and then I can't. Now I'm in a bushel basket.
13.
All right, so this.
Wait. Look out for the mushrooms.
But he's like, did you see him? Did you look?
What?
Like, did you see them?
Just look again.
No, I didn't see them. But I trust that you saw them. So
Why don't
let's
you-
keep an eye out.
Can you guide him?
Who, him?
Wave.
Wave.
1.
He's like, no, I don't see him anymore. Maybe I just made it up like that magic I just had. What?
Well, let's keep an eye out just in case you didn't make it up.
Why don't you look again?
Alright. Pushy.
1. Every single time it's for the mushroom.
11.
1.
Oh, 13.
Ooh.
12.
Ah.
12, definitely.
13
Those
was
are
not
3 different
Okay.
numbers.
So you're still.
Right, because the white doesn't go to the white for some
As you look at it, you realize that there's white, but then like white with a small black stripe. And you're like, why would anybody do this?
This is a terrible.
Why didn't you just make it black, not white with black stripe?
Right?
And you're like, it's a good thing that this is great because it's all gray, because it's mostly in the dark.
That's a good point.
There's a little bit of torchlight.
Hmm.
Didn't really.
I got a bullseye lantern. Will that help?
Yes. Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Beep, 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 beep. This is me putting oil in my bullseye lantern.
All right.
Ember, do you mind?
Oh, I heard that.
I pointed at the thing.
Uh,
At where I think the
make
sound
me a
is.
perception.
Ah, look.
4.
I got a 5. I'm not taking that.
14. 17 for me.
So you strafe with your lantern and you don't see anything. It was like, no, but it's like over there, mushrooms. And you pull your lantern and you do see a cluster of 6 of these red and white mushrooms. And as you pan the lantern down, you see that it's in a hat of this creepy ass looking troll type creature with milky white eyes and a deep green beard seemingly made from grass, who has on his back a large 2-handed hammer.
Wow.
And he's got long red claws, and he's got like mismatched armor seemingly made of like mushrooms and other like fungal stalks. And he just giggles and he just like turns and looks at you in those white milky eyes, and he just smiles this big yellow toothy grin, and he just scrambles spider crawls across the ceiling.
Well, that was weird.
Well then.
And he just looks at you.
Oh. I like that.
What's going on?
Look.
Oh.
And you see it.
Ah.
Creepy ass thing.
Go away.
Do you know what that is?
Do I know what that is?
No, you don't know.
No,
what
I
this is.
don't know what this is.
It doesn't seem to understand you.
Mm.
And you see he's like, you hear like the of like these long claws on a rock,
I don't like that.
and he just continues to do that, and then one of the stalactite looses over you with the light. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, same.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You
So,
dodge out
27.
of the way of the sharpened stalactite that just shatters on the floor, and he's like, and he just crawls away,
What a dick!
and he just kind of.
How high up is the ceiling?
It's about 30 feet up.
Can I shoot him?
Sure.
I'm trying to shoot him. Motherfucker just trying to kill me!
Yeah.
25.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Is he surprised by this?
No.
Fair. So he takes 9 damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll for initiative.
17.
8.
17, 8. How's what do you have?
24.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
Seems like you have a place where you want that. Yeah, that's right.
Us. You're up
Waiting
first.
for it.
Shoot him again.
Okay.
With my crossbow. This time I'm gonna aim for one of his hands. So hopefully he falls. I know it's not a game mechanic, but RP. 19 to hit.
Yeah, it's.
And that is gonna be 8 damage.
Alright.
Gross.
You do hit him right in the hand. He's like, ah! And he like lets go, but his feet stick to the ceiling. And then he lets go and drops to the floor. And then he looks at you. You have the light, and you shot him twice. And he pulls out a javelin. And you see him pluck one of the mushrooms from the top of his head and sheath it over the point of the javelin. And then he stabs you with the javelin. Where do you go to try?
He's gonna try it.
Cast shield.
It's not a thing I do.
That is 20.
20 hits.
So maybe
Maybe it should.
if you had shield, it wouldn't.
It's fair.
You're going to take 5 points of piercing damage.
Venturing lesson number 3. Always have
And
shields.
then
Yeah. So it's an essential spell.
7 points of poison damage.
Ooh, I'm resistant because I'm a stout halfling.
But
Okay,
I'm not
so
his.
4 points of poison
Not
damage.
protege, but yeah. Reluctant tag along.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Is it against being poisoned?
It is.
Alright. I have advantage. Huh?
Me too.
Sticks. Ooh, natural 20.
All right, yeah. So you're good.
23.
So you're not poisoned. And then he withdraws his maul from his back, and he stands there and he kind of is like. And I say that, but he's actually he's small sized, so he's your size.
What a dick!
And he pulls out a maul, even though it's weird because he's your size.
That looks way too unwieldy.
It does look a little unwieldy for him that he's hopping back and forth. He's excited. Rick.
All right. His dance makes me angry. It's just so dumb. So dumb, it's frustrating. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
It's not
I'm so... You see me just like... Even my beard looks angry. I'm gonna go up to him. And I take the greatest sword. Except for the next one that I make out of adamantine. And I'm gonna attack with it. And that's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Alright, and I'm gonna be cruel and turn that into a crit right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, cashing in.
Yeah, why not?
Fair.
That's a fair play.
That is it's double damage.
Yep. Alright. 8, 10, 11. Nope. 17, 19 damage.
Okay, you cleave into him with the greatest
Nice.
sword,
Yeah.
and he's like,
God,
he continues to dance.
that's annoying.
Ember.
And like
Really annoying.
in a Cartman fashion, like in the movie where like he turns around and he's just like "Rah!" with the lightning.
Sure.
That, but with fire.
Okay.
Fireball. For 12. Maybe not then. Yeah.
So
it was
goes right by him and he goes,
Still wreathed in flame.
Still read them flame.
and he hops back and forth.
This fucking asshole.
And then it is Wave's turn. Wave's gonna go up to this guy.
You're
He's
mad.
angry.
You're enraged.
Makes
Told
me
you.
angry.
Mushrooms. And he's gonna roll high enough.
Wow.
Whoa.
Told you. Mushrooms.
Gonna deal 8 points.
Well, this is serious.
Awesome.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna take those mushrooms.
I'm gonna take those mushrooms.
Like, oh wow.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at him with my crossbow.
He is up in your face.
He is
Stabs
up
you
in.
with the javelin.
Okay, then I'm gonna stab him with my short sword.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Jake really hated his dance. Yeah, he did.
I did, man. Just
Boopity boop.
Stupid.
really frustrating.
19 to hit.
Good, love it.
Alright, and then with the sneak attack,
Sneaky.
he will
sneaky,
shit on a
sneaky.
goddamn deck. He,
He
will
doesn't do
take
that.
He
10.
loses. He suddenly
10
loses control of his bowels.
All over.
And then I'm gonna
one
bonus
of
action
our
disengage.
penises.
Cool. Not cool. Like, basically, baseball slide between Brick's legs to get behind him. And now I'm gonna be behind him. And,
Make me an acrobatics check because I had to deal with this all night.
Can I
last
guide
night.
it?
No, because that's during your turn.
Doodly doo. Yeah.
So you
25.
You're not sure how you. I mean, that's up to you how you feel about it. But he just slid through your legs.
We'll talk about it later.
Speaking of, it's your turn.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna hit him with a sword.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss with an 11.
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Ember. Don't forget you have reckless attack now.
Oh yeah. Next time.
24.
Oh yeah, that'll hit for sure.
5.
You hit the fire, blasts out at him, and he looks pretty rough. You hit him with the fire, it just washes over him, and he just looks at you with gleaming eyes and goes, takes no damage.
Oh.
It's Wave's turn.
You can't do anything now. What are you gonna do? Shoot him with the crossbow?
No, I can run up to him.
Oh,
and
he
chuck him.
can't.
Oh,
Because
no,
he
you
has
can't.
it.
I can run up and chuck him, Grace.
Nice.
Or Chaos Bolt.
Uh,
Yeah, because I saw this bolt.
Wave's gonna deal 6 points of damage, and that actually turns out to be his exact health.
Oh yeah.
So Wave
Woo!
cuts into this guy with his sword, and he's like, he falls over dead.
All right.
There are 5 remaining mushrooms on his head.
Careful
like
about
to think-
those.
I would like. I know a thing or two about poisons. I think I could safely extract them.
Make me a poisoner's kit check.
+3.
Cool. What is that? Intelligence plus
Yeah, we'll
proficiency.
say intelligence. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, what the hell is this thing?
2, 23.
Yeah, that's enough.
What is...
What is it?
It's from there.
Oh, I hope
you
not.
Can guys,
I
whoever
hope
wants
both
to
of those things
attempt,
are wrong.
you guys can make me a Arcana check.
+3.
Okay. 18.
+1.
Wow.
I know. I was as surprised as you.
10.
Wow.
21.
All right, so I guess with a combined thought process, you guys can.
You know, it's one of those.
discern- This is a moss lurker.
You know, it's
It's-
a.
yeah.
They
It's a
lurk.
weird.
It's an algae thing.
It's a crossbreed of a troll and a gnome. They're a primitive race of sometimes of forests, also deep caverns, and they basically smell. He smells like mushrooms and fungus, and they have
Very
this
crispy.
peaty kind of greenish grass type beard. The claws that you see are ruby red. He's got like a yellowish greenish skin. He has ruby red claws. And
It's like him from the Powerpuff Girls.
they have you
No.
notice you
No,
guys
no.
kind of notice, having seen this, witnessed it a little bit in person.
Him is
Dubba,
Yeah,
I will
red
get back to you on that after I finish this description.
Cool.
like
They
a trans
their
gender
their penchant
that's very
for
lobster Santa.
rocks and large weapons, you can discern, is a remnant of their troll heritage. So they are small creatures, but they like to try to pretend like they're big creatures. So his maul swings would actually have been a disadvantage because he's not technically proficient with it. But these mushrooms that they have cause all manner of nasty poisons. So basically, if you were to put these in something that someone would ingest, basically someone would need to make a saving throw to, and you don't really know how they work, but it would cause one of 3 things to happen: poison effect, paralysis, or unconscious. You don't know how they work because that's a thing that they were able to do. It's like an innate ability of them that they could choose. So you'll basically have to literally roll the dice and see which one comes up each time you were to use it.
All good though. All good options.
The DC 11 is the con save.
God, that's ugly.
Alright, and I got 5 of them?
Yes.
Like my mom.
Maybe.
That's mean.
You're mean.
Being like, are we going down this road?
No, I
No.
just don't want to
Alright.
insult my mom. That's
Yeah,
No.
no, like, that's right.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Totally.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was weird.
Rick, do you want to get back
Didn't
to...
your parents teach you better?
I don't have parents.
Ah, so you don't know if your mom's ugly, huh?
Nope.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of tension here. I didn't...
Not really. Anyway,
I'm good.
we're good.
We're
Yeah,
good.
see, we have a banter going.
We do.
Oh, I thought you were just being mean to each other.
No.
There's a subtlety I didn't pick up on. 'cause
There's
it's
a
too
subtlety.
high.
That you didn't pick on. It was over your head.
What about high?
That was the joke I made.
Yeah.
What?
He's so short.
Let's look out for more mushrooms, bro.
How tall are you?
3'1"?
You were pretty short.
3'1".
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So go ahead and make me your check.
Alright.
Guide him.
I got it figured
Plus
out.
4.
All right, 26.
Yeah, you actually managed to skip both of the checks and do this all in one go.
All right, I was angry before. Now, I think it was the pump actually that was making me mad, not that guy. I cleared it out. A
Yes,
little
you,
bit
have, you
cathartic.
believe you have successfully attached the heat pump. Now it's just the process of getting some kind of looking around, trying to find coal or something to start.
We're gonna stoke this fire.
Stoke this fire. You obviously have a means in which to start it, but you need a form of fuel to keep it burning. But as you look
Could
around,
I just sit in there and just keep casting fire spells, so I just keep becoming on fire?
you're not immune to fire though.
That's true.
So you could, but eventually you'll start hurting yourself.
That's fair.
And then dealing damage to
Until
yourself
I
Yes.
find something that makes me
in a
immune.
constant cycle until you die.
Basically.
What's up?
Yeah, so without much effort, you guys can find like some coal
Right.
nearby. Any that in
Be
the
like
time.
a trough.
Yeah, basically at this point, any kind of timber or anything would have just kind of
Right.
just, like,
Eroded.
degraded away.
Yeah.
So you find some coal and you're able to shovel it in to the forge to get it, and then you just gotta start the fire.
Okay, cool. I light a torch, and then I start the fire.
All right.
I did it.
Yeah. So over the next about a half hour, you are continuing to stoke and shovel to the point where basically you didn't really realize it, but as now it's gotten sufficiently hot, hotter than like most forge fires you've ever made. But at this point, the heat in and of itself kicks the heat pump on, and it starts to cycle the air through. So it seems like it's temperature
Okay.
based, this pump, and you see the pistons start to slowly, and they're slowly starting to pick up. And now there's a slight, there's an echoing as the banging
Right.
of the pumps are up and down. So seemingly,
I got it. I got it working.
you have gotten it work. So now it's
Getting
basically
toasted by the fire.
Oh yeah.
hang out essentially till the adamantine arrives,
Right.
Long rest.
and then
Do we have time for a long rest?
Wait.
Maybe.
Well, first, I feel like we should try and fortify this in case we
Secure
come under
it.
attack.
Okay.
Was there any other passages off of this tunnel other than the one back to the Dwarven City?
there was the one that he had asked about that was caved in.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I meant like the
Up
off
the way.
of
I
that
see.
of the way.
Ah.
Basically, would it behoove us to barricade this, or is the only way?
It seems like that. I mean, it opens up into a fairly large room. I mean, it was probably about a 6 to 8 foot wide, maybe even 10. I don't say 10 foot wide tunnel to bring this cart down with the cart with the heat pump down. But it does open up into a fairly large circular chamber where this forge is. It is the singular point of entry that you're aware of, although somehow this guy was here.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But,
I mean,
okay.
there's
Cracks in the
there's
ceiling.
there's crevices and stalactites everywhere, and it's not really finished rock around the outside. It's mostly like craggy, carved out to put this forge in. So maybe he came in here before whatever happened to that tunnel happened, or
Right.
maybe there's some other way in. You don't know.
All right. Well, it seems like the only people who are going to get in through the main door are dwarves, so I feel like barricading or fortifying that is kind of a waste of our time.
Mhm.
But if we want to, keep checking the ceiling with these bullseye lanterns, I guess, until someone shows up.
Is there a light now because we have the forge kicking?
Yeah, the forge doesn't throw a ton of light because it's mostly enclosed to
Right.
keep the heat up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does have there's a low torchlight glow now, but it also adds like a lot of dancing shadows on the wall from it. You guys are moving around and the pistons coming up and down.
Nice. I take some steel and like toss it on the forge and want to see how quick it melts
Yeah,
up.
it's easily twice as fast as like anything you've ever worked with. Like,
Damn.
you realize that if you were to use this to forge regular steel, you could churn out stuff almost, like I said, twice as fast.
Yeah.
You don't really have. It seems that the oil
Right.
that would have been next to the for quenching anything,
Mhm.
there's a basin for the oil. There is
Sure.
no oil.
Okay.
I only have lamp oil, which is not what you want.
No, not really. Oh, look, now it's on fire.
All right. I was gonna say I have this pitted short sword from the
Yeah.
oozes,
Mhm.
so could you
Use it as
want to play with it and like,
Yeah,
make
sure.
something out of it?
Why not?
I don't want to.
I mean, without being able to quench it, I can't really do
Yeah, but like you'll play around in the
Okay,
fire.
All right.
I'm gonna attempt a long rest.
Okay. Sure. Ember starts to go to sleep.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I look at the fire.
Okay, it's comforting. Very hot and warm, but you're okay with that. Wave's just like, wow,
Agreed.
mushrooms.
Yeah, don't eat these.
And he's like, I'm glad you said that. It's like I was thinking about it.
Oh, good. How big are the mushrooms?
Sizable.
Do
Like, the
I
cap
know?
is about like yay big, and the stalk is about that big.
Okay. Do I know from my knowledge of poisons if it will be as effective if I try to like mush it up into a smaller bits?
You can make me a intelligence check or a poison kit check. You're sleeping.
Fair point. It's become a habit now to just
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good habit.
That's a good habit to be in.
So 18.
remind me when I can't do it. now, 'cause I'm gonna keep
You've never
forgetting.
really, you know of this. You've never really messed with it, because it's not super common. So you're not really sure. You get the feeling that it will retain some of its potency, but you don't know like if this needs to be dipped in the liquid, like just dip the stalk in like water or something like that, or can you like cut off from underneath,
Like spores or something.
yeah, something like that. You're not really
Okay.
sure. You'd have to take some time. I mean, you could sacrifice one of them over this time to try to play around with it and see what you can come up with your.
Yeah.
Do you have a poisoner's kit?
I have proficiency in it. I don't have one yet.
So you can only do so if you had all of the tools. Then I would say definitely.
I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll wait on it.
Okay. So you just have a sack of mushrooms.
Okay.
So I take this short sword, right?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna bust off the handle.
Kink. Breaking it off that adamantine hammer takes
Yep.
in no time.
Yeah, that's nice. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna flatten it out, kind of fold it over a couple times, work out some of the imperfections from the acid pitting from the ooze, right? And then I'm gonna kind of turn it into a sheet. I'm gonna start folding it over onto itself and take the ends. I'm gonna cut them triangles so that I can bend them down. All right, and then I'm gonna turn it into kind of like a container about short sword length, right? And then after that, we'll just let it cool normal.
Sure.
But then once it's all ready to be handled by hand, I'm gonna go over to Oz and be like, here for your spells when it's time, and toss it to you.
Ooh.
Little spell scroll container.
Ooh! Thanks, Rick. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
You know what? Yeah.
Should I make a check? See how it came out?
Yeah. Make me a smith and tools.
It's
check.
been a while, so. Yeah, that's it. What?
Smith. Let's see.
Strength.
Well. Well, let's think about this, right? So, strength check would be to work the steel, but you're folding this into a fairly. I'm gonna say it's probably dexterity because you're trying to make something fairly intricate. Like if you were trying to make a blade or hammering something out to make like a sheet for a shield or something, I would say strength for sure. But you're trying to fold this up to make something to house a scroll.
Yeah, sorry, it looks like garbage.
What'd you
That's
get?
the job
An 8.
done.
Yeah, I mean it'll do it. It's not pretty, but it'll work.
Hey, man, this is better than anything I could have done. So I still
It's like
appreciate it.
square, and like the scroll. You were going for like round for a scroll case. It's like a rectangle.
Yeah.
So it's like a circular scroll and a square.
If you make everything squared, then you can actually end up storing more stuff than circles. So
Yeah, that makes sense because you
Yeah.
can stack them next to each other.
yeah,
It'll stand up on its own.
Yeah, and I'll take my spell scroll of unseen servant, and pop it in there.
Now
you
look
go.
at it, it works
Thanks.
just as intended.
Well, it's too hot. It catches on fire. No, I'm just
What a waste.
kidding.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys are able to get the benefits of a long rest.
All right.
Woo!
With the assumption that you are continuing to stoke the fire and
Yeah.
shovel in coal over the time period.
Keep it running.
At which point, basically at the end of your long rest, it's still like during the day. You guys didn't really like. I mean, napped as according to the bonus of getting the rest.
Right.
You hear echo from way up at the top, and you hear the churning of wheels
Nice.
on their way down.
All right.
So, as things are continuing to descend, you can kind of see a little bit of torchlight where these guys are coming down. At which point, you notice that there is a flare-up in the furnace.
Ooh.
Something that seems a little odd because you didn't add extra fuel, you didn't put any oil or anything that would cause a flare-up. It's a little weird. It just gets really bright for a second and then it goes back to normal.
I inspect the forge.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Am I awake?
Sure.
4.
All right. 23.
Wow. You notice that inside there is an area of like the fire. Like you can see the general coals and the flames within, and there's an area that is significantly brighter, and there's actually a little bit of smoke around it that is darker black smoke, which doesn't make sense inside this forge. And you can see it sort of outlines a shape of like some sort of humanoid-y shape in the fire. And it is like stirring.
I move back. No, it's not stirring.
No, it's not stirring.
Okay.
Okay. It's a fire hag.
Yeah.
New thing.
Oh no!
Oh, that's
Sorry.
Sean did this to you.
I'm assuming there was
We'll be all right. They're weak.
It's
Well,
only
as long as it's the fiend ones.
Yeah.
yeah, it's only a fiend.
Yeah. There's something moving
Major.
in there.
Are you sure?
There's something moving in the fire.
Shit.
Poke
Yeah.
it.
I move. No. Instead, I move away from the forge.
Yeah.
Don't poke it.
I also move away.
Yeah.
And
Does it?
cock my crossbow.
Yeah. That's smart.
Take aim.
You see another flare up in there. Okay.
Assuming she won't take fire damage.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's an
Exactly.
assumption.
So
At which point you see, after a third flare up, as they're kind of at the dwarves at the top are at the that first landing that you guys were at. You see coming out of the fire is a humanoid shape made of fire, but it is kind of wispy, almost ghostish, like specter-like. But it is smaller and stouter, as if a dwarf.
Ha.
But it is made of fire, and it has like no discernible legs. It kind of ends in that ghostly like tail, and it has a large fire beard, and seemingly has like the darker smoke seems to outline like armor and clothing and like a hood.
Okay.
And it is like it comes out, and then it splits, and one of them takes off up towards the people that you see coming down.
oh no.
So I'm gonna have you guys roll.
Please
for
stop!
initiative.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, it is.
7.
11.
7-11.
7-11.
Hey.
7,
It's my dad's birthday.
11.
Oh really?
Oh, it's John Hart's birthday, and the day before 10.
That's true.
25.
Oh,
Natural 20 for this guy.
look at you go, wasting all them natural.
Wasting all them natural 20s.
Initiative.
Fucking initiative.
Well, you're
you
ready.
have?
That's all. 11.
And sleep.
7.
You know, it's better to have them than not have them.
Well, right now. All right. So, us.
We shooting these things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna shoot the one that is beelining towards the guys up there.
Okay.
I'm also gonna yell out a warning. There's a fire thing coming.
Smart.
For a 10.
It just gets like it goes towards it, and you watch the bolt just burn
Yeah,
up in
that's
the air as it gets close.
I tried.
So the other one takes off, moving faster than any of you could move as it continues, and you can kind of hear like shouts as this thing is a beacon of flame in the night heading towards this thing.
Get him, Wave.
And then it kind of lands near you guys. This one. And what can it do?
Never a good thing. Like, oh shit.
It looks at Rick.
I look at it.
And it moves up to you. And it reaches out with its dwarven fire hand. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. You would have advantage. This is something you could see.
I don't know why you don't go dub yellows. I feel like they cancel each other out.
Hey, you're right. 19.
Okay.
This one would have been a natural 20.
Good thing you didn't waste it on that.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't. Now I'll have it.
Okay.
Never roll that again.
So he seems to get you as he runs up, and he just gut punches you with this flaming fist. Which, because of his natural 20, you cannot use bonus actions for 4 rounds as he gut punches you. But you manage to dodge out of the way, as you see, as he hits and he kind of opens his palm as if he was going to try to set you on fire. You manage to roll out of the way of the fire. Or of that, so you're gonna just take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
From the actual punch.
That is not what you want.
And then he misses with his. He tries to punch you again, 1, 2, and then he misses.
Ooh.
Rick, it is your turn. He's in your face right now.
Oh man. Get on my face, I'll say. And I'm angry, man. I'm really angry, but I can't because my stomach hurts. So it's like, I'm so angry. I'm gonna hit him anyway, though, with my greatsword, but I'm gonna miss instead because of my stomach.
You're like,
I feel like I'm gonna throw up a little, and it's stopping me from like being as angry as I want to be.
Wave moves up to this guy and he's like, "Well, maybe you ate too many olives."
Yep.
I think it's my appendix.
I'm sorry, Pat, if you're watching at some point. I don't know.
Ow.
So he looks at it and he's gonna move up, and he's just going to.
What is he gonna do?
Stab him with his longsword. Yeah, that's not worth it. Yeah, so I'll stab it. Or attempt to stab. Ooh, that was almost a 20, and that turned into a 2. So we're gonna action surge and get a 9, which is gonna miss.
That's pretty bad.
Oh dear.
Castle.
On whom?
On fire thing.
There's 2 of them.
I know.
One
the
of them.
one that's going towards the other people.
Okay, it is 80 feet away at this point.
Okay.
I think it's still within range.
Yeah,
So.
it's 120 feet.
Cool.
Range. 15?
Yeah, 15 hit.
Alright.
Cool.
Just don't roll 2 fire ones.
Alright.
That'd be too funny.
That would be upsetting.
Dub 3s.
Yeah, if she did that, then at least it would jump to the other one.
It's true.
Either cold or poison. Yeah, cold.
Okay.
Or
Eight.
poison.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. And that's the only one that's actually been hit so far.
Yeah.
Alright.
We had a slow first round.
I'm going to take out my short sword.
Okay.
And you said the other one's 60 feet away? Oh, I could get one.
It's 80 feet away.
80 feet away?
But he's flying. Remember, it's on an incline and he's flying. Because you came down.
Yeah.
So, he's in the air.
Oh, I just meant for, like...
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
shooting
Crossbow,
across.
yeah, you can still hit him. Oh, my stomach.
Are you feeling alright?
I'm going to stab the guy next to
Alright.
Or I'm going to attempt to.
Do it. Don't just attempt.
Ooh, does a 18 hit?
It does?
Alright.
Can't be resistant to sneak attack.
Roll better.
damage.
Alright. 14 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action, disengage and run away.
The other one flies another 40 feet to engage. Actually, no, it'll be another 80 feet. He dashes. just because of the time it took you guys to get down. And then this other guy, he's gonna punch out at you and at Wave because you guys are both in his face.
Yeah.
You.
Right in his
That
stupid
is
face.
a 17.
It's
Wave is a miss. So you're just gonna get hit for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
oh jeez.
And he
No, you don't have
he
bonus
does
action.
get his fire combustion touch back. So okay, I guess you make me a dexterity saving throw at advantage.
Hey, look at that, 19.
Right, cool. You dodge out of the way of the fire.
It's working.
For now.
Rick.
Oh, I'm going to.
Oh, my stomach.
Feel like if I got like fully angry, like I don't know.
You'd be in a good spot.
Yeah, but I just can't because it's just I need like 12 more seconds. And I'm gonna attack. It's gonna be a 17.
17 will hit.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna hit him with the greatest sword, and it's gonna deal 9 plus 6, 15 damage.
Okay. Alright. Wave is going to attempt to hit him with the sword. And he is going to hit this time. It's going to deal
Yep, a better second round.
11 points of damage to this guy with his long sword.
That's right.
Ember.
Karis bolt the one that's attacking Rick.
Yeah,
Cool.
I appreciate that.
14.
That'll do it.
Playing a tight game there.
Nope.
Yes, you are.
Force or psychic.
Either one's good.
Both good options.
Let's do force then.
Even
How much?
punch it or punch its brain.
Ooh. See, when you put it like that, my friend. 12 points of damage.
Alright.
Try and punch things so hard.
It's,
I
you
punch
know,
holes.
it's hard
Punch with my
to
brain.
discern. Oh, I never asked you this. What does your Chaos Bolt look like? Because I talked about descriptive combat. I feel bad because I never asked you about your spells. You're the only spellcaster in the group.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Well, you should, because I want to know. This is your own brand of Phoenix-generated magic.
Oh, well.
How does it look? We can come back if you want.
Yeah, come back to that.
Yeah. Think about all of your spells.
Yeah.
Like, is there
Oh
any-
man, that looks so cool. I can't even describe it.
Do like Uncle Iroh channel the lightning? Whoa!
Whatever you want. Oz, it's your turn.
Would be cool.
I'm gonna run in, try and stab this thing,
All right.
so I can run away again. Boopity boop. Oh, you hurt me so good, and I miss.
All right. It's turn.
And bonus action disengage. Run
Sure.
away.
The other one closes in on the dwarves now at this point. And you see flares as the punches come out. One seemingly misses, and you hear a cry out in pain as you see it impact one of the ones up there.
Ow.
The other one's going to do its same thing. Attack Rick with a 15.
Yep.
Attack Wave with a 18.
I
Which
keep
is,
not getting armor.
and he
gotta get you
does
some
not.
armor.
He's
Yeah.
got his combustion touch back. He's gonna try something different. He's gonna try to set Wave on fire.
Oh.
But you are gonna take first 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
How you doing, RB?
It would be better if I could rage or drink a potion.
Can one of us force feed you a potion?
That
Yeah,
is an
that's an
action,
action.
but yes, you can.
So only if I go unconscious.
So Wave is going to take 7 points, and then he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw, which he fails. And something you never thought possible: this water genasi catches on fire.
Oh, God.
He takes an additional 5 points of fire damage, and he is on fire currently. He
Yeah,
takes
he
fire
is.
damage
Man.
at the start of every one of his turns until someone takes an action to put him out.
Oops.
Rick,
Oh, you're on fire. I take an action to put him out.
you put him out.
Ah!
All right, that happens. It's his turn. He's like, "Whoa, water and fire. I become a steam genasi.
Oh, just hit him.
Okay, a miss. Don't yell at me like that." Why you gotta be like that?
You wouldn't be a steam Genasi, you'd be a mist Genasi. We're all just laughing at my joke while we're in the middle of this fight.
Ember.
There's still 2 of them?
Yes. The one is over 120 feet away.
So
Fighting the dwarves up there.
See, we talked about Thunderwave instead of Burning Hands.
Thunderwave.
Okay. Oh.
Or Shocking Grasp.
Yeah. Am I close enough where I can run up and shock and grasp? I'm gonna run up and shock and grasp.
Okay.
The one that's to him. So,
Sure.
With those sorcery points.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know you.
Ugh, 12.
Zzz. Miss. Yeah, right up in his face. Then it's the dwarves' turn.
Torn.
What?
Do I help us or try and help them?
You do see that 2 of them.
Rick,
You
he's
see
doing
a bunch
bad.
of misses in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
which you don't see actually at all. Actually, you do because it generates light.
Right.
And you see 2 of them impact with hammers
Good.
against this thing. So there are. You see that there's at least 5 of them
All right.
up there with the cart. Awesome.
Run up, stabby stab.
Okay.
Run up, stabby stab.
Stab, stab.
Possibly okay. 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right.
Fuck me. 10 damage.
Like that.
Disengage, run away.
Yep, we got it.
And at this point, I'm going to start my
Ascent.
I'm gonna. So at this point, it would be like I don't know, 5-10 feet up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm heading there now because I trust that it's gonna be dead by the time it's my turn again.
What's your AC?
13.
It does connect with a 13
Sure it does.
for 7 points,
Oh,
and it does not get its fire thing
that's
back.
nice.
Rick is your turn.
I.
Oh, the other one attacks up there. The natural 1 and a miss.
Alright. I'm getting angrier now that my stomach is starting to feel less like I'm going to poop. If I go full angry, it's a common concern. When you get to be my age. Anyway, I attack it with a 24.
Yeah, you totally hit.
Alright, I totally hit it. Yeah.
It's a 5.
That's much better than the 2 it was. 8 plus 6 is 14.
Okay. Again, it seems to be less cohesive,
Right.
but it is still there and present. It is Wave's turn. He's like, good. I was just gone. He was being mean. I miss anyway. Ember, it's your turn. You are right next to it at the moment.
Try to touch it.
Sure.
Natural 1. Oh wait, I have a reroll.
Yes, you do.
Reroll a natural 1.
Nice.
Okay, there you go. Use that touch of luck.
Woo. Thank you, Internet. You're
Thank you,
over
Internet.
there, by the way. In case you didn't know.
You just point at.
That's true. But I like pointing towards the computer.
Way
and also,
better.
right now,
25.
That hits.
way better. I have this whole space now, so.
5 of lightning damage.
5
Kit
of
takes. reaction.
5 of lightning.
You run away now.
I can run away now.
You can't take
You
it.
can't take reactions. I'm gonna take a little couple steps.
A little 2-step.
A little
That
moonwalk
is
away.
The other dwarf's turn.
It was shocked
Uh,
by
What?
your dance moves.
Ha!
You watch now
It's electric.
from the distance. You hear again the shouts of battle, and you see that they basically have figured out what's going on. And you see a convergent strike of 5 hammers all hit this thing at once,
Nice.
all at the same time. This thing the light starts to dim a little bit on the one up there. Oz, it's your turn.
I'm going to use all of my movement to go up the stairs.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use bonus action to dash up the stairs.
Okay.
And is it within 80 feet of me?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to try and shoot it with my light crossbow.
Okay.
Boom. boobity boo. Natural one, but I'm a halfling.
That's true. Let's see another one.
Let's see. 18 to hit.
Yeah,
Alright, and they are next to.
yes.
So it's gonna take better. 13 damage.
Okay.
Not bad.
Thank you. That is my turn.
I have a weird feeling that I'm gonna go unconscious this turn.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it would be dead by now.
Yeah.
There's
I know.
3 of you. I feel like you'll be fine.
There's 5 of those dwarves.
I don't know that.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. But I have more faith in you.
I might
You're
sorcery.
Rick the Brick! You'll be fine!
You watched him die.
Oh.
And come back!
It actually rolls a 5 and a 3, so it misses
Ugh.
both.
Ooh, ha.
Rick, it is your turn.
Oop. All right, 17.
It's
Yep. That's 15 damage.
as you bring the greatest sword through this ghost made of fire,
Mhm.
it dissipates.
So I'm just gonna slice right through it with the greatest sword, and just like it's gonna stick a little into the ground, which is not good for the sword.
Your stomach feels so much better.
I think I could down a potion now.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
I don't see any more, so I'm not gonna do that.
You had 5. Everybody had 5.
Everybody had 5. Yeah, I know.
Okay, just make sure. Then
I
it's Rave's
used
turn.
2, so I have 3 left. Wonder how long those were laying dormant.
He's gonna
At least
move
8 hours.
30 feet. And then he's going to throw a jab.
You didn't hear me say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say it in my character sheet. So that's how you know.
You didn't.
No, there's only one good way to talk out of character.
Nope. There's 2 good ways. Don't use your character voice.
What's he saying? I can't tell. It's so far away.
I'm not using my character
Wave
voice.
hurls a javelin into the night. It just clatters like off the wall. I get that other one. Ember.
How far am I from the other one?
It's like 140 feet.
I'm moving, so I'm in range for chaos.
Sure.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my sorcery bonus.
Okay.
So I get a new spell slot.
Sure. Watch out. Well, the whole load right out the gate. I like it.
Natural.
Oh, magic natural ones. Are coming from those.
Ooh.
Roll me the damage to see what it would have been.
Like, tally it all up?
No. What type of elemental
what type?
damage? And you have to tell me without me telling you what kind.
Psychic?
Okay. Nothing happens.
Nice.
Now everybody's wondering what could have happened. It would have been awesome had it happened. But, and by awesome I mean like kind of
Bad.
awesome.
Awesome bad.
I didn't.
Oh, well, it's the dwarf's turn.
Oh. Cool.
Ooh, there's a crit from the dwarves. And yeah, with that, the dwarves are able to work together to destroy this thing. And then dissipate it.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I sit down.
That would feel so much better.
Oh.
How you doing, Rick?
I'm getting kind of old, I think.
Yeah, so eventually the rest of the dwarves make their way down
Yeah.
with the Adamantine, and they see you and see what's going on, see everybody's there, and the pump is running.
Yeah.
And you see they have about a, let's call it, what do I want to say? There's a chunk of adamantine. It's like, how big do I want to make this thing? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Is it bigger than a bread box?
It's bigger than a bread box.
bigger than a bull mastiff?
Maybe. Well, let's say it's like a 3 foot by 1 foot like hunk.
All right, sizable, big enough to make a sword.
Yeah, for sure.
The second greatest sword.
Rage shits are a real
It's
thing.
like a sword.
They are. They are.
So they kind of bring this in. You see, these guys are all in. They're all in plate mail. They all have shields. They all have warhammers, and they're all adorned in that kind of fiery iconography.
Sure.
So, some form of Andy's personal, or at least higher ranking soldiers in the dwarven army.
All 5 of them are still alive?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. The guy will whiff like every time.
That's good. What's up, guys?
And they're like, we got the junk.
Oh, great. I got the pump. We should do something with it.
They're like, do you want to try this? I mean, you're brick to brick.
Any of you guys good smiths?
They're like, I mean, we're moderate.
No, okay, I'll do it. In a minute.
He's like, yeah, just give me a rest.
Wave goes, hang on, and he like pulls water out of his thing, and he's like, and he like mists your face because he thinks it's gonna make him feel better.
Does
Without,
it?
I don't know, does it? Without your permission, he's like, yeah, just like water. Because like you said, I was gonna be a mist, Janazi mist. See, and then he's like, oh, mist. This guy is good.
Quite.
Right, us two.
Captain Jokers.
That's how
yeah.
I was hoping they would die already.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, alright, I'll give it a go. Here we go. So I'll pull out the adamantine smithing tools.
Okay.
First thing, I guess I'm gonna have to get it nice and hot. Ready to go?
Yep.
How long does it take to get that adamantine glowing?
It's gonna take probably like a good 10-15 minutes to get this stuff really hot enough where you think you could to start to work it.
Okay.
So what are you trying to make?
So I just have this one chunk, right?
You have this one chunk, and what Andy had said was, prove to us that that something can be made. It doesn't have to be like a fully functioning. It could be a helm.
Right.
It could be, it could just be like a gauntlet or whatever. It could be whatever you want it to be, but just prove that something that it can be forged.
I'm gonna make a set of adamantine knuckles.
Okay, like brass knuckles,
Like brass-
adamantine.
yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that is easily makeable.
Right.
With the amount
I
of
figure
material you
Cut
have.
2 chunks off.
Yeah. So you have to heat it up, obviously,
Right,
and then
and
get in there with the adamant.
Chisel it
Yeah.
through.
There's a big set. There's a set of like snips, but they're not big enough to cut
Right.
through this.
Yeah.
So
I'll take the time to hammer my way through, and then basically, because this is simple, I can punch 4 holes in it and keep it going until they're big enough for my hands, and then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna attempt to put a little spike on each knuckle, just one in the middle.
Okay, I will say that you can easily cut the pieces without needing to make a check because that's relatively easy. Once it's hot enough, that's easy enough to do.
Okay.
Anybody could do that.
Right.
And has at least some knowledge of smithing.
Mm-hmm.
Working these into something that will fit your finger, fit your hand in, that'll actually work. And,
Right.
will slide over your knuckles and then still be able to close them. That's where we're gonna need. And the way you described it, yeah, sure, I'll let that be a strength-based thing because you're just trying to punch holes through it to fit it.
All right. So as I'm starting to do this, every impact's just getting me angrier and angrier. But I'm not gonna manage.
All right.
Because no, it does give me advantage on all strength checks,
Yes,
right?
it does.
I am gonna rage for just
6 seconds.
yeah, just for 6 seconds. I'm just gonna be so mad that I'm gonna roll a 14 plus 3 is 17 plus my strength, which is 4.
Plus
so
your
that's
proficiency.
yeah, plus so 23. Just a vision of just kind of pouring out all my anger from just everybody being like, "Oh, you're rigged the rig," every time.
And
all
then,
the
like
time.
as you're doing this, you you're hammering through. You hear whispers from the 5 dwarves are like, shit, that's Rick the Brick. And you're like, ah! Just keep going.
Whoa.
And they're like, holy shit, he's like really strong. I'm like, yeah, he's Rick the Brick. And you're like, fuck it.
Just Rick the Brick.
Yeah, with that, I'll say you're easily able to craft the set of adamantine knuckles. And at which point, you notice something you didn't see before. Perhaps it's the red mist rage, or just the fact that you haven't probably worked truly in a forge in a while. It hasn't really been your deal. Most dwarves are raised to do that, or one of a few different things.
Sure.
And it, you've been out of it for a while, and really out of it, and then now you're kind of back into it.
Right.
You see something kind of in the back corner of the forge that you didn't see before.
Okay.
And it is darkened black, but it is seemingly a helm.
Oh.
That you didn't see before, and
Okay.
with the tongs you have, you could extricate it.
Oh, definitely.
So you pull it out, and as you pull it out and get it close to you, it's cool.
Oh.
It doesn't seem to. It's not glowing. It's black iron. This helmet.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you notice that this helmet
Physically.
looks to be similar to like the helmet that the dwarven fire ghost was wearing.
Okay.
Wave is it magic?
He's like, whoa, yeah, there's like some magic there, yeah.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah.
And it is like, it's, if you, do I have the picture of what it's like, imagine sort of like a Gimli type helmet, if that makes
Okay.
sense. I'm trying to see if I
got the nose
Oh,
guard.
I did. So like that.
Oh yeah. Wow. All right. That's pretty badass.
Oh, that's super cool.
But solid black
All right.
iron. And yeah, as you pick it up, you can feel it is totally cool to touch.
All right.
And there is some magic to it.
Do I need to attune to this?
You don't think so?
I put it on my head. How does it fit?
Fits perfect.
It's perfect. Looks good.
Feels good.
You look intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it now.
What are you looking for?
Oh, there's mine.
Yep.
Fucking Jake.
Whoa! I didn't even.
No,
just
it's
just that. What are you gonna do?
Hey man. I was just standing here. So I put my book in the cubby. I jingle my book in the cubby. So I pull out my gun. As you put the helmet on, and it fits perfectly, and it just seems to go. You guys everything seems normal to you, but you guys notice that where once was Rick the Brick's regular face and regular eyes, his eyes now are just glowing a deep red.
Oh god.
They just glow red, and it's intimidating and it's scary. And like if you take the helmet off, your eyes go back to normal. But while this helmet is on, your eyes just glow red.
All right.
Hey man, why that helmet's on? Your eyes are glowing red.
Oh.
Your eyes glow too.
Ah.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome though. It's really scary.
Yeah.
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 All right.
It's good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on her head.
No,
And her eyes are already kind of glowing red,
Ah, are they glowing more red now?
I guess.
A little bit. Ha.
They're
The
more
helm
red
doesn't
as opposed
actually,
to
no,
like the
The helm
orange.
doesn't fit. She's got horns.
Oh. Ha.
And they're like this kind that curl over here, the Leia horns. Like
Yeah,
so it's like
the
clunk,
ram.
clunk, clunk, clunk.
Oh well. I guess this is for me. Click.
Yeah.
I know. Glowing red
That's
eyes.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
And you have your 2 sets of knuckles that
Yes.
you crafted, which are adamantine knuckles, which will allow you, let's say, to do like magic and piercing damage as opposed to bludgeoning damage
All right.
with your unarmed strikes.
Cool.
I haven't decided if those will be a D4 plus your strength or just. We can think of a D2 since we have those D2s.
Oh, yeah,
And Jake
alright.
always rolls 2s. This is right here.
All right. Yeah. Good for
D2 plus your strength
Fights.
mod.
Nope.
Uh,
That's how it works.
You were close.
I was halfway there.
So we'll say again, for the sake of timing here, you guys are able to leave with that hunk of adamantine,
Right.
and make your way back to Andi
Mhm.
to show her
Right.
that you were able to craft these, that the forge works. Look, and then Samuel's like,
I'm gonna give the knuckle dusters to the queen.
"Oh man, all right, nice."
Why is that funny?
What?
Okay.
You talking to me?
Oh really? I know you have, a lot of smithing experience. A bit of a novice when it comes to it, but I thought that the first thing out of the forge, except for this helmet, which was the second thing out of this forge, should belong to the rightful queen.
what a smooth talker.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
guess.
say under my breath.
Yeah, and she says, "Oh yeah, man, thank you for this." And this is, and she like looks at smug Samuel at this point, and he's just like, and she's like, "All right, fine, you were right." And he's like, and he doesn't say anything, but he just like I know I was right the whole time.
Very haughty.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Well, I mean, obviously this changes everything. We need to get smiths down there. We need to get a regular supply run to and from."
Yeah,
And and she like looks to her advisors, and they're like scrambling. This is everything is different now. We need to get this going to figure this out. And she's like, "All right, well, thank you for doing this. This is. Hope it wasn't too much trouble."
No,
Nah.
actually, just the right amount.
I mean, all right, great. That's wonderful. Sure, of course.
You should probably get like a team down there to clear out a path. I think there used to be a path to the mine, and I think if you guys cleared that out, that might be a more efficient way to travel.
All right, yeah, we'll pull some masons into this and see if we can't secure that path. Swadis is, she just is trying to compose herself, but this is like, there's a gleam and almost like a tear in her eye that this could finally start to take a turn for the better and be over with. This war that's been almost her entire life.
Right.
I mean, your entire life and most of hers has been embroiled in this potentially senseless war, but
Not a lot of communication going on between lines here.
no.
All right.
So, and she says, "Well, shit. Well, now I gotta make good on that promise. I didn't think it was actually gonna work." And Samuel's like, and she's like, "All right, there's a line, and you're about to cross it, so shut your mouth." And he's just like, shuts. He like, it turns to a glower, but he's like,
A smug glower.
yeah, as smug a glower as one can make. So she says, "I hope I realized it wasn't as much time as I thought. I mean, it actually was more like it's a day, basically 8 hours, and then all the other stuff. So, have you put in any thought to what you want?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Mm.
I'm thinking I need some armor. I'm gonna need something because I got attacked by an underground antlion thing, and then there was a fire demon thing. I don't know, and also fucking Sturgis.
She's like, "Oh yeah, wearing any armor is not good when it comes
Nah,
to big mosquitoes."
I had armor, but I forgot it, and now I need new armor. I got a little, a little fat,
I mean,
and I don't have my breastplate stretcher, so it's just
and she like looks down, and is like, "Oh yeah, I guess. Sure. All right, yeah, we can.
Oh,
Yeah.
you remember the guy's name who makes that? Who used to make adamantine? It's like,
Oh, and she looks and she thinks for a second, and she's like, there was a guy who used to work with it. Wait, I mean, he was one of the last guys. I don't even know if he's still
back in
alive.
the day. He'd be old now.
Yeah, real old.
What was his name?
retro funny. So she's like, "Oh yeah, that's his name. Fuck."
Oh, good old fuck.
Good old fuck.
P-H-U-C-K. Fuck.
Alright, that's...
No,
A
because
dwarf name
I've
either.
never gotten because we never came up with a fucking idea because I could never narrow anything down. Names getting used here. So he's like, "Oh, it's McNuckles."
McNuckles. Of course, McNuckles.
Yes. Crag McNuckles.
Crag McNuckles. Because it's like he cracks his knuckles. It's a funny joke. It's funny like Rick the Brick is funny. It's a funny joke. Funny name.
Cool.
Yeah, she's he's. I mean, if he's still around, he's somewhere in the city. I imagine, just living out the rest of his days.
Yeah. Alright, I might look him up. He seems like the guy for the job.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to help you out.
Yeah. Alright. That's me. What about you guys?
Oh, well, I was hoping to gain some more arcane knowledge, so anything you could offer in the way of books or anything like that would be really appreciated.
And she will point you to what they call it, the biblio, whatever I said at the beginning.
Bibliosoph.
Yeah, so I couldn't remember if it was bibliophile or biblio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Theodora Worden, Bibliosoph Theodora Worden. She's like, oh, she's a bit of a scribe and a document keeper. She may be able to hook you up with, or at least take you to the right areas within. Our library is mostly dwarven history, smithing techniques, ancient, that kind of stuff, battle tactics and whatnot. But we don't have a ton of arcanists, mostly clerics and the like. But we do have some. So she may be able to take you. She could take you through there. You might be able to find what you're looking for.
Thanks.
All right.
Your Majesty.
Want access to all the books and things.
All right.
For knowledge. Well, because simple.
Okay, you show her the symbol.
Yes.
She's like, oh yeah, I mean,
Any ideas?
she's like, oh, no, not me, but again,
I look at the symbol. A 4.
definitely not dwarven.
All right. Yep,
That's
that's
why-
a symbol. You could tell.
She's like, anyway, if you two speak to the same person, she might be able to get you access to the books, and perhaps something there may turn up what you're looking for. And she'll look to Wave, and he's like, so like, first I was just like, maybe armor would be cool, but like,
Right.
Rick said that first, and I kind of feel like I'm just like stealing his idea, so it's
Yeah.
like, no,
Don't ride my wave, man.
no, man, like I don't want to bogart anybody's wave. That's
Yeah,
your wave.
Exactly.
Get out my own wave.
You have to be your own wave.
And like, whoa.
Whoa. Anyway.
And she's just like, I have meetings to get to, and he's just like, so like, remember I left my friend here, and like he points over, and like next to Samuel laid down is the dead, wrapped up body of his tiefling ally. And he's like, so like, could you like bring her back from dead? Is that like a thing you guys can do? And she like thinks about it for a little while, and she's like, is it just the one then? And she's like, well, I had like 4 others, but like most of them are burnt because you guys like burnt their bodies, which is like cool. That's like your thing. It's whatever. They don't want to be zombies. And she's like, oh yeah, I mean, that's a lot more powerful magic, and that's a lot of diamonds and a lot of money, and we just don't have that to spare. But with someone with a basically fully intact body, that's a significantly lesser charge,
Right.
and lesser resources. So we could arrange with one of our clerics to, if that's something you want, we could arrange a raise dead spell on to work. She's been dead for, and then like Samuel's like, she's fine. She's been handled, taken care of, but she's been dead for more than a minute, so we're not going to be able to use anything super limited. And she's like, so why aren't you out on the front lines if you know this much about healing? He's like, I'm just content with my books. And she's like, whatever. Yes, so we can arrange for her to be brought back. It'll take some time to procure a cleric from out on the lines that'll be able to cast that high level magic and so like a day or two. He's like, well, there's magic that can bring you back from the dead.
Yeah.
Which I kind of knew about, but I thought it was like mostly like not a thing. But apparently, like, if you could do it, you just do it, you know?
It's deep, man.
Like the ocean.
Like the ocean is deep. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have said that.
Water.
What are you talking about?
I didn't even think about that. Whoa. I'm
Whoa.
gonna add that to the list.
Yeah, man, write it down.
And he doesn't.
That's okay. That makes sense too.
And she says, well, I appreciate again. We'll work to get you guys what you're looking for, and hopefully we can make that happen. And yeah, well, I mean, you've done such a great service to us in the city and to really this entire war effort. You're not beholden to us. I mean, this is, if you want to stay and fight, obviously we can find things for you to do. There's not a problem. There's tons of missions and people need assistance and whatnot, and there's things we can come up with, obviously, if you want to do that. But if you wish to leave, I feel like the short time you've been here, you've done more work than, you know, things we didn't even think were an issue, and you hear like and she's just like, that we didn't think were an issue, and turns out we were able to solve that in a relatively, with just a little bit of research on it. So if you wish to leave, you're more than welcome to. And she looks to wave, and she's like, we'll make sure to put in a good word with Grizzly up top if you need to. You clearly survived your training, so yeah.
All right.
So
I need to go rest, but we'll convene and
Yeah.
figure out what our plan is.
Rest
We'll let
first.
you know.
and with that, we will bring this episode to an end. And Rick has glowy red eyes now.
That's right. And a helmet.
Right.
Do I have to attune to this?
No.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Internet, for everybody who showed up.
Yeah.
Thanks,
and
Internet.
had conversations and whatnot.
You're all grand.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys keep asking for wonky stuff. Everybody wants to talk about, like, oh, we gotta get Wave a skimboard, get him a surfboard, get him a surfboard shield, like all this stuff.
A skimboard shield would make more sense than a
Also,
surfboard shield.
I'm not gonna go through all of that after if Pat's not here.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'll just do all the other stuff if Pat's not
Well,
here.
hopefully he's all
Hopefully he's alright and he's
Feeling
back
better.
Yeah.
for next week.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, thank you for coming out. We will see you guys next week for this, and then the following week for Evil Game.
Nope.
I believe tomorrow I should be back with Ibel's character for Guts from Berserk, but that may get delayed if Claire changes her mind about wanting to
He's
do
a
something.
champion fighter.
Yeah, if somebody, or I guess maybe Barbarian.
Oh yeah, that's probably better.
Yeah, but
He could be a berserker.
yeah, I know. Yeah. So
Internet.
well, unless Claire decides, like, actually, I do want to do something for Valentine's Day.
Wow.
At which point,
You will not be doing that.
Dubba, I saw that Mike Morales was working on it. I didn't actually get a chance to look at it, but I will make sure to go with what you had said. And Lucky Payday, oh, thank you. We think you're great too. So, anyway, guys, this will be up on the YouTubes in the next couple days if you came in late and want to catch it from the beginning. So, yeah. Episode 2 of Evrand is in the books, and we will be back next week for episode 2.
Yes, indeed.
Cheers.
Good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Sweet dreams. Also, do we get any
Yeah,
experience?
I was about to say, do we get experience?
I think first we got to figure out what experience system we're using before we know if we get experience.
I mean, I know we get experience, but can we quantify?